All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Monday stream here at TheCardGuyz YouTube channel. Today, we're doing episode 21 of 0 to 60, featuring Teklovossen. And with me today, as always, is Coach Damien. How are you doing today, Damien?
Doing good.
Yep. And our expert for today is Evan Bridges. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good as well. Well, as you guys can see, we are actually making decent progress through all the heroes. Now, we don't have the Super Slam heroes. Damien and I have still been kind of bad about that. But we'll put the Super Slam heroes in there, and we'll put the Omens heroes in there. And what we've decided to do for the heroes that I've failed, I think there are several heroes that I have failed. Most recently, I failed Riptide last week because I don't understand how face up and face down, and this is too complicated for me. So what we're going to do, we're going to take all the heroes that I fail, and we're going to put them in season 2. Okay, so we're gonna run through it again, but in season 2. But we're going to basically dedicate, one episode towards each of these heroes, trying to get all the way through all of them, and then we'll kind of work back on them. But yeah, we have Teklovossen today, and well, we have a very, very qualified guest. Recently, you top 8'd Memphis, and well, tell me about Teklovossen. Why do you like playing Teklovossen, and how do you think he is in this meta?
Yeah. So I did pick up Teklovossen right at the beginning when he came out in Bright Lights. I was a big Lexi fan, but she LL'd around the time, like right after Bright Lights came out, and I was excited to try out Teklo, so I built him and was control Teklovossen at the time and gave him a whirl, and he was really fun in the decks that he was good into. My meta was fairly Bravo heavy, and that was a really good matchup. But he did also have some really polarizing matchups. Like, there were no options for any strategy for winning where you had to have AB. So, Kano was an auto loss. Most Rune Blades were an auto loss. And so, it's really polarizing. And I took it to an AGE, and I almost top 8'd. I had a very, very close game on stream against Azalea. Don't look that up for confirmation. And
yeah.
So after a bit, I gave it a try. I was like, okay, this is fine, but it's missing a bunch of pieces. So I kind of shelved it for a while, and then over time it slowly got more and more little things. Like finally he got AB and AB Evos and some more variety. But the biggest change was Compendium gave him a whole bunch of stuff, and I figured once when Memphis was approaching, I was probably going to bring him to Memphis regardless, but the biggest factor besides Compendium was Verdance leaving. Verdance was a terrible matchup for Control Teklo, but she was gone. Compendium gave him a bunch of stuff, and I thought, okay, well, this is it. This is Teklo's time, so I will, figure out what is the best list as fast as I can, and I'll give it a whirl, and hopefully I'll get some good matchup luck. And that's what happened in Memphis. I got all my wins were matchups that I would say are good or favored, and then my losses in Swiss were ones that I would say are definitely unfavored. But I got like 9 favored and 3 unfavored in Swiss, so that's enough to top 8.
There you go. There you go. All right, so there, as you mentioned, there are 2 types of builds of Teklovossen. You mentioned how there's like a more defensive version, and then there's a boost version. Today we're going to be running through the more defensive version. This is the version that you have been playing quite a bit of. Now, is this the easier version for me to learn, or is this like the kind of introduction type of version?
So that's a good question. I have tried the boost list a little, and I just took Shannon's list, and I watched a little of his stream games, but just tried to figure it out for myself. And I thought like maybe it would be fairly intuitive as a Control Teklo player, but it really isn't. Like, I don't know when you're supposed to bring in Foundry Heart and take out Singularity, and when you're not. So I think like on a individual, like turn by turn play pattern, this one is probably like maybe a little more complicated, but like overarching game plan, I think the boost version is maybe a little trickier. This one is very block heavy. You block, you play evos, and then eventually you don't have to play any more evos and you can start attacking them, but it's just like one attack per turn. So it's really not all that complicated. The main like tricky thing is trying to figure out when you're supposed to singularity.
Okay, so the overarching strategy is really the difficulty, not exactly the turn to turn playing. Okay, so
Right.
we have you to help us with the overarching strategy, so that'll be great. All right, let's go over the list that you have prepared for us today. You did mention that this is omens. Are there any omens cards here? Or
There
is
are no
this
omens cards here. Yeah, so this is just what I anticipate the meta is going to be like for omens released and then post ban list. So I had 3 Amulet of Echoes in my Memphis list to deal with old Acilio,
right?
and old Acilio after the ban list is either going to be completely irrelevant or completely different. So I just decided to take the Amulet of Echoes out and put in some
Makes
other
sense.
sideboard pieces. So I don't fully know how new Acilio, new Aurora, and Ziggy are going to be for Teklo. I was kind of pessimistic upon the announcement of the set. Lightning has always been really aggro, which is something Teklovossen struggles with, and also an illusionist. Teklovossen has never been favored into any illusionist, so this is just kind of
Yeah.
my best guess.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's break down his hero ability. So you may play Evos from your banish zone. Now, because we are not a boost Teklovossen deck, this is maybe a little bit more difficult. Are there several ways for us to get Evos into banish though?
Yes, so the main way is Scrap Trader. So Scrap Trader is the non-attack action Majestic from Bright Lights that lets you scrap 2 Evos from your graveyard and give you 2 resources for each Evo that you scrap. And it doesn't have Go Again for reasons passing understanding. I think solely for Bright Light's limited considerations, personally. So in order to make use of the resources from Scrap Trader, you also have to have a blue. So what you'll do is you'll play Scrap Trader, you banish 2 Evos, and then the 4 resources will pay for the Evo, and you just need a blue to pay for the Teklo activation. And then you're usually out of action points, so you're just hoping that the card that you draw off of Teklo's ability is one that you're happy to put in Arsenal. Sometimes it's not, and you're a little sad, but that's the gamble.
Okay.
The other most common way to banish is Fabricate. Fabricate is the modal instant. So it has 3 modes. One of them says equip a base equipment with Proto from your inventory. I don't run any Proto bases, so we just ignore that one.
Yep.
So usually it's always get +1 block because I'm playing against aggressive decks and it's a good defensive card. And then the other 2 modes, it's usually the best modes are. Or the best individual mode is banish an Evo to draw a card, because since it's in your banish zone, it's still kind of sort of in your hand. So you do just you get to net a card, and then the other modes just whatever makes sense for the matchup. And then there is also blue Scrap Compactor, but that only comes into play in just super slow matchups, or if they just completely pass their turn, you have nothing else useful to do. So those are the primary ways to get it in your banish.
There is also like the possibility that an assassin like Arachne puts it into your banish zone as well, right? Small.
That's true. I didn't play many games against New as Teklo, but it was pretty funny when they would attack me with a stealth card and I block with an Evo and it just goes straight to my banish.
Like,
what
thanks.
wasn't funny was when they activate New, and then they play my Evo from my banish, and then it just goes to the graveyard. So it's not gonna lose it forever, but still annoying.
Yeah. All right. So there might be some niche interactions there. Okay. All right. So that's his hero ability. All right. So our starting equipment, I presume, in almost every matchup, other than the arcane matchups, we're going to be running Adaptive Dissolver.
So adaptive dissolver. Oh, sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
this has AB in it. Okay, maybe I'm a little confused here. Okay, so this is a base
Yeah.
equipment, and it is not an Evo,
Mm,
and you can equip it to any zone.
right.
Okay, all right. So this is the start of the mech suit, and how are we using this? Run me
So
through it all, because I'm a noob.
there's
Yeah.
it's confusing because there's like 3 different mechanologist equipment that have like almost this exact same blueprint style art.
Yeah, adaptive
The other
plating,
one,
right? Is the blocking one.
adaptive plating. Right. And then there's another one that is not a base. It's the galvanized one. I forget what it's called.
Uh-huh.
And they all have this like completely useless text that says
Equip
action
it.
equip this to another equipment zone. No one's ever activated it any time in their entire life. I don't know why.
I've never seen anybody moving around their adaptive dissolvers, but maybe one day. We'll see.
So so adaptive plating has battle worn 1 and adaptive dissolver has AB1. So there are some people who will run some number of adaptive platings because they like having the extra health. I choose not to do that and just run the adaptive dissolvers because first of all it cuts down on sideboard slots. Like I just have AB3 in my main board, and so I don't need any extra equipment for AB. And then the other thing is like sometimes the extra life is nice, but there's just so many times where you'll have 1 or 2 or 3 of these, and then you just on turn 0 you cover it up with an Evo immediately, so you don't even get the extra life.
Got it.
You covered up, so it didn't really do anything. So I don't think you need it.
Yeah. So if there's any like important breakpoints, you'll have 1 block here, and then you have a lot of you have Sync Fate Shelter to deal with those annoying breakpoints. So maybe, and you're gonna have armor very very quickly if you're executing your game plan. So having the 1 block is not super necessary. Okay. So we have these 3 in the chest, arms, and leg slot, and then we have Synapse Sparkcap. This is from Compendium, and you can block for 1, and you can also tap it, banish an Evo from your hand, and create a Ponder token. So I guess this is a good time to get into the Evo equipment. So we have 2 of these base versions, and then 3 of these Steel Soul, and then in the sideboard we also have like these other ones. So I presume that this is gonna get you, because this doesn't destroy itself as well. So are you going to be using this like 2-3 times during the game, or is it kind of dependent on the game? Or
so it heavily depends on the matchup. Most matchups I'll either use it sometimes on turn 0, but usually never. If I don't use it turn 0, then 99% of matchups I just don't use it at all. The main thing is like because you want to go first in pretty much every matchup, and so the idea is if you have 1 Evo in hand and then you don't have any cards that you really want to put in arsenal, then all you're going to do is play the Evo anyway. And so what you do is you activate Synapse Sparkcap to banish the Evo, and then you'll have to pitch some cards to activate Teklovossen. And so you're hoping that between the card you draw off of Teklovossen's ability and the Ponder, you'll get a card that you want to arsenal. The one matchup where this ability is super crucial is Jarl, because Jarl's win condition is destroying an Evo through Crumble to Eternity and Frozen to Death and Mangle, and so in most matchups you just want to equip Evos as fast as possible, but against Jarl you need to have a bunch of Evos in your banish zone to have like as insurance against the uninteractable -1 counters from Crumble. So I just use Synapse Sparkcap to fill my banish zone with Evos, and then I only equip Evos when I have a backup ready to go for the most part. So that matchup the activation is critical.
That sounds
most
very
of the time
tricky.
Yeah, most of the time it's just battle worn 1.
Got it. All right, the weapon. This was actually one of my favorite weapons from Limited, because
Yeah, it's really good.
it when you had everything equipped, it reminded me a lot of Dogblade because it's 3 go again for 1 resource.
Yeah.
uh,
It's like
so
it's a Centauri sellsword, but you don't have to swing your sword before.
yep.
Untouched.
So if I recall correctly, back then the idea was you once you had 3 evos, you basically would attack with this and then go into a 2 cost thing basically. And I presume there's well, I guess there's a lot of 3 cost things here. So maybe we'll use the weapon a bit less than the boost version because of
Right.
the
So
curve.
in the boost version, this gun is amazing because it like usually completely fits in with the cost curve, or like you can make it fit in with the cost curve.
Right.
My deck in particular is actually not very good with this particular gun. I have no 2 cost attacks, so I don't pitch a blue to shoot the gun and then swing an attack. So most of the time, if I am shooting the gun, it's like I
full
basically have to give a whole
tempo
card to do it. Yeah. Sometimes with the way the math works out with the discounts from the beta base set and scrap trader, I'll be able to shoot the gun and then do scrap trader to equip the Evo. But the gun is really useful against very defensive decks that are blocking you and you need repetitive damage, and you're able to hold entire cards just to do that. So
okay, all right, seems good. All right, what is the best way to break down this main deck? Is it going through the Evos? Is it going through the Evo payoffs? Is it where
right? So this is the main board. It's a 57 card main board. I won't say that this doesn't get edited on occasion. There are some times where you're bringing in multiple sets of cards from the sideboard, and so some things get out. But for the most part, this stuff is always coming in. The Evos are all basically main board, except for like wizards and people where you're bringing in like the sideboard Evos for like these. So against wizards, you'd bring in all the AB Evos, and then anybody who runs items and really cares about items like Dio and
Bolton,
Max and Bolton.
Yeah, poor Bolton.
Evo Magneto really good against Bolton.
Yeah.
So what this deck wants to do is play Evos as fast as possible. So I run 20 Evos. The odds, like if you're going first, or I mean just in general, the odds of your starting hand containing an Evo is like 82%, some thereabouts. So it is very likely that you're going to draw an Evo, and all you want to do early game is draw Evos and play Evos and get online as quickly as possible. And once that happens, then once you're online, you do want to be sending the big attacks, but for the Steel Soul, it's not that bad if you draw them later on because they are blue 3 blocks. That's why I run fewer of the beta base set, because once you're online, then the beta base set is less useful, but they're still blue, so you can pitch them for whatever.
Okay, so help me understand this a little bit. This is an Evo and a base. So, and these are just bases. So these, you can transform this. You could put Evo beta base arms on top of Evo beta base arms. You could put anything on top of anything in this deck. There are some that are Evo arms and not Evo base arms. There are some cards like that, but we're not running those.
Right.
Okay. So
yes, there's a bunch of Evo sets.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of Evo sets from Bright Lights that aren't bases, so once you've equipped it into that, then that's it. And they have a variety of effects, but the
Steel Soul is
good enough.
It's the strongest one. for Teklo.
This is Singularity the deck. Like, we are trying to make our Singularity pop off be enough to finish the game, essentially, which you need the Steel Soul for. The Steel Soul has base on it, which means you are able to cover it up once you've blocked it with it multiple times.
Okay. All right, so let's start with these 4. These all basically have the same text. They reduce these 4-cost things down to 3 costs. This is one of the biggest pickups from Penn by far, right? Like the cost curve of these
Right.
4-cost things was very, very clunky before.
It was very tough. Yeah.
Okay,
So
equipping these
sorry, go ahead.
and then blocking with them and then putting the steel souls on top of each other, that's the general game plan, right?
Yeah, so I'll happily block with the steel soul set, but I rarely block with the beta base set. You know, they only block for one, so like most of the time when you have one of the beta base pieces in hand, you also have another blue. So I would rather, you know, pitch the blue to activate Teklo on their turn to equip the Evo, and you know, then it's equipped, and then like I can block with it if I want to once it's equipped. But like it's usually not worth the hassle of sending it to the graveyard and then scrapping it and then equipping it. But if I'm forced to discard it, you know, it's, you know, not bad to, you can scrap a steel soul, use the resources to play that, and you just have a 0 cost and banish too. So
I just realized my question sounded really, really silly. What I meant was blocking with it when it's equipped as a battle war, not blocking it as a bad fiddler's green.
Yeah, right.
I just realized you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So this is the fiddler's green block. Okay, huh?
Yeah, except you don't gain life. You just it's just a 1 block.
Okay. So yeah, you're all yeah. That's one way to get it into the graveyard, but not the ideal way. Okay, so we're gonna Teklo's ability is gonna be I guess pretty important to getting these on and these on as well. So okay, so is there is it okay to just jump directly to this? Is there a huge penalty for skipping these? Like
no, there's not.
It makes this a little weaker, right? But it's
well, so it's like if they give you the space to just you know pitch 2 cards to play one of these, then you know I'll say thank you, and I've got, you know, 5 extra life at least versus the 1 life you get from the beta base. And so the steel soul have the swapping benefit. So you know I've got 3 of the steel soul and 2 of the beta base. So like, you know, certain matchups, like for example when I'm afraid of being fatigued, like, you know, fatigue Victor, fatigue Pleiades, I'll always try to play the Evo Steel Soul controller first, because I can do Steel Soul Beta, Steel Soul Beta, Steel Soul, and then that's 5 swaps, so I get 5 recursions of, you know, the big attacks into my deck. Whereas if I had started with the beta base arms, then I can only get 4 swaps, because I'll just eventually have to put a Steel Soul on top of a Steel Soul, which doesn't do anything.
Okay. So in slow matchups, you want to start with the Steel Soul controller, and then go here, like, go back. Okay, I see. Okay.
Right, for the super slow matchups.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So you mentioned how this one is important for recursion. Attack action card with 6 or more power. These are basically these 2. I guess technically this one as well, but it's mainly these 2.
So like, I think Terminator Tank is always like almost always the number 1 priority.
Right.
If I'm playing against someone who's like super aggro, like Dio, then I may take the Pulse Wave Protocol, just because taking the card of my choice out of their hand is preferable to the extra damage and them choosing which card to take out of their hand. Because, you know, Dio, the plane is just fatigue, so you just take the key card in their hand, and that like really hurts them. So, but most of the time it's Terminator Tank.
Okay, and if you already have all the tanks in your deck, then maybe you grab a War Machine. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not unhappy to take a War Machine. I would take War Machine conditionally, like against Marlin, someone who cares about their arsenal.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's the arms piece. The head piece. Every single time a Teklo player plays this, and then they say something about having 5 intellect, I just believe them. I don't really understand what happens here. So they transform from or into an Evo with a different name. It gets +1 intellect. If that Evo is a hero, it triggers twice. Okay. Please explain this card to me.
Okay, so the second sentence, if that Evo is a hero instead, this triggers twice,
That's
only applies for
Singularity.
Singularity.
So you get 6
So the
intellect
first
with Singularity, or 5?
no, because the
Oh,
Necropotent's
it's 3.
intellect is 3,
Right.
and
Okay.
so when you have the Steel Soul Memory equipped, you get the bonus twice, so it goes from 3 to 5.
Got
So
it.
your first turn after you Singularity, you have 5 cards in hand,
Okay.
and
Yep.
so all of the Steel Soul have the same first half of this first sentence. It says when this transforms from or into an Evo with a different name. So the bases are not Evos, unfortunately. Like the adaptive dissolvers and the Synapse Sparkcap, they're not Evos. They're just bases, which means they can have Evos equipped on top of them. So in order for the Steel Soul to have any effect, they need to transform from or into a beta base. So normally the pattern is you play the beta base first because it costs 0. And then that reduces the cost of the Steel Soul by 1. So Steel Soul Memory would only cost 3, so you only need to pitch a blue to play it. And when you equip Steel Soul Memory from the beta base, which is an Evo with a different name, you get +1 intellect. So you go from 4 to 5 if you're
Right.
still
Okay.
Teklovossen.
Okay, and you basically can do this
So
2 times per game, and then 2 times per game from the beta base head, and then 1 time from Singularity. So this happens 3 times per game.
well, so you can actually, it's always when you transform from or into. So it's the same thing with the arms. So if you start with Steel Soul Memory and then equip Beta Base, you get +1 intellect. And then you go back to Steel Soul, you get +1 intellect, and then Beta Base, and then Steel Soul. So if you max it out and do it in that order, you get +1 intellect 4 times over 4 separate turns, and then you Singularity. So
Okay,
5
got it,
total
got it, got it.
turns.
Okay, so how does, is that just like value, or does that, I vaguely recall that getting 5 cards on the Singularity turn helps like that initial burst. Is that
Yeah, so
help
it's
jog
kind
my
of
memory here,
it's
because it's been a while. Yeah.
so it's interesting. The headpiece during the game before Singularity, the headpiece swap effect is the most generally useful. You just draw a card, so you have 5 cards in your hand, and that's just good into everyone. It's always
Yeah.
good to have an extra card, and
Value
then
town.
recurring.
Yeah.
Recurring attacks, is also just generally useful. Just getting back, your best attack. But when you and then the other 2 are like situationally useful. The chest gives you resources, the leg gives you action points, but like just less useful on average than extra intellect and recurring cards. But when you cast Singularity, it's kind of the reverse. Like the chest and the legs are critical for the Singularity to have maximum effect, and then the head and the arms are just nice to have. So like you have to have Steel Soul Processor and Steel Soul Tower, the chest and legs, equipped for your Singularity to do any good whatsoever. And then you would like to have the head and the arms, Steel Soul, equipped for Singularity, but in a pinch, like they're not, you may not need them.
Okay,
Because sometimes just that first Singularity turn is just enough to get them off you.
just to clarify, you technically could play Singularity with 4 Evo beta bases, but you would never do that.
You could.
You could, but
Yeah, like
you don't get the main benefit of it. Okay.
Right. Because like if you play Singularity with 4 beta base equipped, then your turn just ends immediately. You don't get extra action points, you don't get extra resources.
Right.
You set your intellect to 3 for the rest of the game. You do gain, 21 health in armor. So if I knew for a fact that I was going to lose if I did not hard cast Singularity in that moment, I would, but it's something I strenuously try to avoid having to do.
Got it. Okay. All right, so you did mention that this gives you resources twice, and it's most useful in the Singularity turn.
Right.
Okay, and then obviously having extra action points is going to be very, very useful. So during the Singularity flip, you get all these triggers, so you get to like organize what you're going to draw. You get to you're going to draw into it because you have a little bit extra intel.
Hmm.
Okay.
So in the ideal situation, you've got all 4 Steel Soul equipment equipped when you play Singularity. So
Right.
the most important thing is you get the 6 resources and the 2 action points from your chest and legs, which lets you swing the Necropotent twice. So
Uh-huh.
that's going to do 12 damage to them and make them discard 2 cards. And then if you have the head, you're going to set your intellect to 5, and if you have the arms, you're going to put 2 of your tanks, 5 from the top, which means you're going to draw one of them
and get the other the next turn.
on the turn following,
Yep.
and get the other one the next turn.
That's
So
pretty good.
ideally, your deck is thin enough, so it's like you've got 4 blues, and then the tank, and your next hand is 2 blues in the tank.
I see. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's all the Evos. Maybe we can talk about the other cards. We talked about Fabricate a little bit. Sink Fate, Shelter, I don't think we really need to discuss those. Those are that. There were 2 new cards from Penn, and these were actually like the promos for the RTN season or PQ season. Ghost Protocol Architect, Ghost Protocol Mainframe. It seems like Compendium really completed the hero, which is actually like it looks like half the deck is Compendium almost. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've got 15 cards, I think. Yeah.
Okay, it's a big upgrade. Okay, so Ghost Protocol Architect. If this was banished from boosting, okay, so you're not getting that. When this attacks, search your deck for an Evo with cost less than or equal to the number of Evos you have equipped. Banish it, then shuffle. Okay, so, but this comes in for 1, but it puts the Evo that you need into banish. Are you actively trying to play this card? This seems much better in the boost version.
Yeah.
Yes,
this card is amazing.
Okay.
So I actually forgot to take this into account in my math for including, Evos on turn 0, because this counts. Like, I will absolutely play this card turn 0 to get an Evo. It's fine. Filter away. This is a 0 for 1 without go again or an on hit. So block with your entire hand if it's bad. I just want to get Evos going. So the banish from boosting text doesn't matter. The rest of the text is amazing.
Which Evo are you going to, like, let's say you draw this turn 0. Which of these are you getting first?
Good question. So you can play it without any Evos equipped and go get a beta base because you have 0 and it lets you do a cost less than or equal to the number of Evos you have equipped. So you can get any of them. Assuming I'm playing it and I don't have any Evos in my hand, then, I've got an even number of everything. So that doesn't take into account. It's probably going to be something that I want to get the swap value from. So most of the time it is going to be the head or the legs. The extra intellect is really good. The extra action point is useful in equipping multiple Evos. But sometimes I'll be a little sad about equipping a head before I've had a chance to block with my Sparkcap, but I'm not going to let that dissuade me. So honestly, I don't think any one of them is like so much stronger than the others that you want to take it, because sometimes you'll equip one, or you'll choose one, you'll equip it, and then your next hand you drew
another
Evo of the same slot, and you are kind of disappointed even if you get the discount. So
got it. Okay.
It's just nice to get an Evo.
Yep, Scrap Trader we talked about, Shelter, we already talked about all these cards. All right, so let's get over here to the other blues. Ghost Protocol Mainframe. Again, we're not going to banish this from boosting, but this potentially is a nice way to go like weapon into this, or is it mainly just because it's a block 3 and it just fits nicely into it with Evo upgraded?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blue block 3 that can be like a really good finisher at the end of the game. Like, once you've Singularity'd, you play it, and it's like, all right, this is a 0 for 5 go again. And then afterwards I'll swing this. So it's not flashy, doesn't do anything crazy. It's just good.
I was like, wait, how does this go again? I'm like, wait, nope. Yep. I vaguely remember there was extra text.
So much text on Necropotent.
Yep. Mechanologist attack action cards get go again. So
that means your tanks and
go again.
your Ghost Protocols.
Yep. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, Mechanical Strength. This was one of my favorite cards from Bright Light's draft. Nice to see that it still sees some play here. So this can be, you know, a 3 for 7 at blue is above rate. I mean, I think it's just you're probably not throwing these before you're in the mecha suit, but
Usually,
yeah.
not yet. I will say that there's one game I played in day 2 of the calling where I got several Evos equipped early, and then like the last card in my hand was the Ghost Protocol,
Yep.
and I thought, okay, well, I either shoot the gun for 2 or I just play this for 4 damage, and I just played it. You know, they're like still 30 plus, so you know they just took it. But eventually later on, they got into a point where they had to block, and
Right.
the extra damage was nice. So
Nice. All right, Scrap Compactor we talked about already, and Steel Street Enforcers. So a block card, obviously useful against, you know, overpower and stuff like that. But this can be a 5 block, so 1 to 5 block, depending on how things are. I guess the nice thing is that oftentimes you need a blue to have a useful turn. So if you draw this before you have enough evos, you just use it as your pitch, and then, you know, once you have 2, 3, 4 evos, you can block with this for nice value. Also, this blocks for 5 when you're in the Singularity as well, right? Because it counts as having 4 evos, right?
yep.
Okay, sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
when you're in the Mecropotent, it counts as having 4 evos. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's just a blue block 5, which is excellent.
Yep.
Really good card into Marlin, which is a tough matchup. So
Yeah, 5
yeah,
blocks seems great.
just good.
All right, so we got 57 cards. We went through all of those. Let's talk a little bit about your sideboard. Okay, so we got a single copy of Demolition Protocol. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this in a long time. This is the mech on mech hate card. Yeah, yeah, it is. Okay. Why do we have a one of mech on mech hate card?
So it's kind of a meta call. Like if you have a lot of Dios in your area, you could absolutely up this. But the best use case for it is against Dio. So there's going to be turns where you know they know you're going to be trying to fatigue them. So occasionally they're going to have to take setup turns, especially like when you warmongers them, and you know they'll set up a bunch of items and normally you just need like one of these turns where you know they set up several items and you play this, and if you've got multiple evos equipped you just wipe all their items off the board and you say okay, start over. And normally doing that one time is, you know, sufficient because they aren't giving you much space.
I just carefully
It's also
read
funny
this
against
card.
mags.
Like, remove all steam counters from X equipment items or weapons. It's not remove X steam counters. It's all from
it's
X
all of them.
equipment items. That's actually crazy. Okay, so this
It's
is
actually
the silver bullet card. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's really funny into
Yeah.
Max too because they'll be setting up the hyper drivers and they'll be
Oh
really
my.
close and go, okay,
Oh.
start over.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay. Got 3 copies of Oasis Respite. So generally we like to use this with Tunic, or if we have like, you know, 2 floating or 1 floating from different things. Is there a way to, you know, effectively use this? Like, let's say you're pitching a blue. What do we do with the other resources?
So I think it's kind of a well, I guess I didn't bring this with me to Memphis, but the idea was for it to be against Acilio, just
Okay, so like
you
AB
know,
some
able
and
to
then Oasis the rest.
right, because you are just trying to fatigue Acilio, and so keeping it in is I'm thinking about new Acilio, who seems to be a very like potentially go tall, heavy arcane deck, which is what the Skull Cap is also for. So the Oasis for that. I would also consider bringing in against Marlin, just because Marlin is a tough matchup, and you know a lot of times they're gonna leave you with cards in your hand that you can't block with, and they're gonna strip, you know, because of the harpoon on hit. So like I would rather, you know, pitch my Terminator tank to play this Oasis than let them take it and get a gold.
Yeah, makes sense.
So situational for sure.
3 copies of Unmovable, I guess, to deal with Victor, Marlin. If you really want to beat the crap out of Dorinthia, you know.
Yeah, Marlin for sure. Dorinthia, it's good. Victor, if I knew for a fact that they were on like very aggressive Victor and not fatigue Victor, I would bring it in. But I think Victor is like a fine matchup without it, so I don't think you need it.
Makes sense. Let's talk about these later because those all seem like kind of complicated. We got Ripple Away, useful against Mario, Victor. There's several others.
Vincent, yeah,
with the Malefics.
Great into Vincent, great into Victor, and situationally good if you draw it against Mario at the right time.
Yep, blue block 3. And finally, we got Warmongers. Now, how well does this deck play under Warmongers?
So that's a good question because you can absolutely guess wrong. But the nice thing is, say you play Warmongers and it's a deck like Vincent or Dio where they kind of do like have to choose. Maybe they do want to take a setup turn. If they choose peace, then what you can do as Teklo is choose war because Warmongers only affects you on your turn. So say you choose war and then you draw some Evos. Since they chose peace, then you are perfectly at liberty to equip Evos at instant speed on their turn.
I see.
And then if you have any attacks you want to send at them, great. So it is tricky. I have like guessed wrong, but I think it's like good enough in the decks. It's good against for that to be because if they choose war, then it doesn't really matter. You block with everything. You probably choose peace just so you have the option of playing Evos.
Makes sense. Okay, let's catch up a little bit with chat, and then we'll talk about these other 4 cards. So, hits for the spoiler tomorrow. It is a pretty good card. That will be coming out at noon Eastern tomorrow here on the TheCardGuyz YouTube channel. We did work pretty hard on the spoiler video. Are we off of cognition nodes? So that, if I recall correctly, is the one that gives dominate, or is that's convection amplifier? Cog nodes is the one that puts things to the bottom.
Cognition nodes. Right. So it costs 1, doesn't have Gogan because it's an item, but it stays out forever, and you like pay a resource to put a counter on it, and then as an attack reaction, you can remove the counter and say if this attack hits, it goes to the bottom of your deck. It is very popular among other control Teklo lists. I have seen it a lot, and Matthew Bauer, who also top 8'd, was on it. I personally don't run it because I have not lost any games because I ran out of gas.
You always have something in the tank.
Yeah, there's this, you've got the arm swapping to get cards back, and then I think beyond that it's just making correct plays because it's good against decks that are trying to run you out of threats. So I think that's more of a overall game strategy thing to do, and so I just don't love it.
I see. Okay, well, if you guys in chat have any questions for Evan, please leave them there. We'll periodically check those. All right, so let's talk about these 4. So we got 2 arms, a chest, and a leg. So not quite one of each. Let's start over here. This is from MST. So this has been here for a while. So this is a Evo. This is not an Evo base. Okay, so if you transform into this, you can't play anything over it. If you have this, if you have a base chest equipped, transform it. When this is equipped, your next attack action card you play costs 1 less this turn. AB1. Okay, so this is an instant equipment. That is something we haven't seen before up here. Okay, so...
Right, they cost 0 and they're instant,
So, what is this for? I'm very confused.
So... Okay, so that middle line of text, when this is equipped, the next action card you play this turn costs 1 less to play. I never utilized that in my life.
Okay.
So the Evo hard drive, the Evo short circuit, and the Evo speed slip are all AB1 Evos, and that is primarily what they're here for, just to be AB. So against wizards, Acilio and then Verdance before she LL'd, you have AB1, you have AB3 starting the game with 3 adaptive dissolvers.
Right.
What these Evos do is allow you to maintain your AB3 while also pumping up your Evo upgrade attacks. So not Singularity.
Not Singularity, because you lose AB if you become the Singularity.
You lose AB.
Yeah.
So So you only want to Singularity if you are sure that they will never have room to cast an arcane spell ever again. You have to kill them with the Singularity stuff.
Okay, got it.
Otherwise, if you don't kill them, you're at AB0 and you just die.
Okay.
So against, so that's, I bring in 3 of them against. So right now it's just Acilio who's the only wizard, and then if they ever print CC Blaze, then they'll be good into that. So Evo's Short Circuit has this line of text that says, when this is equipped, deal 1 damage to any target. This is the only line of text that actually really matters, even if it barely matters at all. Yeah.
Polycraca, goodbye.
Just 1 damage. The Evo Speed Slip also has a useless line of text that says you can boost the next attack action card you play. So I guess it's like kind of funny to boost Command and Conquer, but then you boost another Command and Conquer, so you just lose the Gogan anyway. So against Rune Blades, who currently is just Vincent, but I guess we're about to get New Aurora. Usually it's Short Circuit because you only need AB1 into Rune Blades at the moment, and so you run this one because you don't care about the swapping from the arms throughout the game. Like, recurring attacks is probably not your main win condition in those matchups. You just kind of got to grind them out. And also, like, it's a little safer to Singularity against Rune Blades than it is against Wizards, as long as you are going to put on heavy pressure the rest of the game. You won't get the recursion when you flip, but if you are running Speed Slip or Heart Drive, then the Singularity turn would not work. So...
How are we tutoring these? There's a card that allows you to find Evos.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol Architect would let you do that.
Okay, so it's not just a one-of. It's like you got actually 4 copies of this. Can find it, equip it against the Rune Blade. Seems good. All right, then let's talk about this from heavy hitters. Holy crap! This is a very old card. Oh my goodness, this is over 2 years old. So this is the set that was right after Bright Lights, and this is the expansion slot. I think this is maybe the first or the second set that they started having expansion slot cards. So again, this is not a base. It's not an instant. So once you equip this, that's the end of the line. Can't equip the processor or the controller on top of it.
Right.
When this defends, you may destroy a card under it. If you do, gain control of target item with cost 1 or 0 controlled by the attacking hero. So this is the gotcha, because you can play these at instant speed. You can like banish them with your hero ability, or banish them with not banish them with your hero ability, but you can find a way to banish them and then play this at instant speed from the banish. Pretty good. Cost 1 though.
So really good into Dio, who has multiple like very important items. Really good into Bolton. Bolton is great because you just kind of hold it until they have Spirit of Irina, and then you just need to steal the spirit, and you're good. And you have the ability potentially of stealing multiple things. If you're able to like equip one of the beta base arm first, or like you fabricate and choose the mode, put it under, you are able to steal multiple things, which is more impactful against Dio. So, you just steal the boom grenade that's about to hit you, or you steal a cerebellum processor, just one of their more important items. And it
so how do you steal multiple? How can you defend multiple times with this without the temper blowing itself up? Is it fabricate? And you mentioned the betas do this too?
Yeah, so it has Temper 2, which means you can block with it once, and then you'll destroy, at minimum, the Adaptive Dissolver underneath it to steal an item, and they'll have a -1 counter.
Right.
So if you didn't play any other, like the beta base arms or the Steel Soul controller on top of it first, then the only way to get anything underneath it after the fact is Fabricate.
Right.
And then say you live in a dream world where you just equipped like a whole bunch or like multiple arms before you were able to do the Evo Magneto. You can do the Fabricate thing. So the Fabricate
has a mode to boost it.
You choose the mode that Yeah, so it gives the mode Evo permanents you control get +1 this turn. So the way Temper works is, say your Evo Magneto already has a -1 counter on it, so it's total block is 2, but it's got a -1. So if you were just to block with it, then it would go down to 0. Temper would check and it would die. But if you choose the mode Fabricate and you do Fabricate and choose +1, then its total life is 3. So even when it has -2 counters after blocking with it the second time, then it still registers as not being at 0, so it doesn't die.
That's pretty good.
But then the next time you Fabricate, it will die. But if you steal 3 items from Dio, then
you're winning that game. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. So before we play some games, can you give me a couple tips in terms of the general gameplay and maybe some common pitfalls you see Teklovossen players fall into? Because I'm not sure, like, how aggressively should I be equipping? How much should I be defending? Like, how do I use Singularity?
So the general key with the early game of this deck is, like, if you play an Evo on your turn, you're doing good. If you didn't play an Evo on your turn, then you're probably a little sad. So, this deck is built to have as many, chances for Evos early as possible. So, like, for example, you don't want to take a bunch of damage to, like, pitch 2 cards to play a Steel Soul equipment, with no beta base already set up. Like, I would rather, block 9 with the 2 cards that you're pitching in the Evo instead of, like, pitching the cards to play it. And also, like, you want your scrap traders to be ready to go as soon as you draw them. So blocking with Steel Soul early is very critical. You have 2 scrap traders, which means, like, you get 4 banishes. So in a perfect world, you're banishing 1 of each Steel Soul Evo, head, chest, arms, legs, and then eventually over the course of the game, getting those equipped when you have the chance. I don't run 3 scrap traders because I think 3 is too many,
and it's a 2 block.
It's just a
little clunky.
It's a 2 block, and you don't want to draw it, like, before you have the setup going. It's the same thing with Fabricate. Like, these are both really good cards, but they are very situational with their timing, so you don't want to see them all the time. So, just play defensively. You can equip the beta bases, like I say, aggressively. It's not really aggressively because they only block 1, so you're not really giving up anything to equip them.
Okay.
So just get the Evos online, block efficiently, and
this hero is reminding me a little bit of, like, the quest heroes that we've recently gotten, like Fang. You go on the quest and then you get the benefit. Verdance, you go on the quest, you get the benefit. Florian, you go on the quest, you get a benefit. This was like the original quest hero.
That's true. Like, once you're online, those Evo upgrade attacks are very helpful.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. All right, let's catch up a little bit with chat. If Josh knows the spoiler is a good card, it must be a warrior card. Hey, I know how to evaluate non-warrior cards. Have a little bit of faith in me. How much weight does he put on not bringing proto bases, especially into a more open field where you might run into rogue buckles, well-piloted puffins, fatigue jarls, etc.? So proto base.
Yeah, so proto base.
Yeah,
it's not even in the maybe. I didn't consider this card. So it's part of Fabricate. So Fabricate says you can equip a proto base. So there's 4 proto bases: head, chest, arms, legs. So the main issue with proto base is you never know which one they're going to blow up. Like, pretty much anybody who's blowing up your equipment is happy to blow up whatever. And so, like, if you can bring in all 4 proto bases and just have insurance against anything blowing up your stuff, but that is a lot of sideboard slots given up to that. So then if you don't bring in 4, if you only bring in like 2 or 3 or whatever, then you can, like, play around. Okay, well, this is the equipment I don't have a replacement for, but they can't know that, so I'll just, like, not give that as an opening. I just choose to play the way that doesn't end up with anything getting blown up, which is hard against Puffin. Like, you don't have a lot of
Yeah.
control against Puffin, but also Puffin is going to be like 2% of any tournament you go to, so I think it's a better strategy to just dodge the Puffin.
Yep. Sounds good.
If you do play against them, you know, it's similar to Jarl. You fill stuff up in your Banish Zone with Evos, and then when they play the Palantir Aeronaut, you know, you have the replacement ready to go. It is a hard matchup, but you know, there's not that many Puffins. So if Puffin became, you know, the #1 represented deck in the meta, first I would quit Flesh and Blood. Second, if I didn't quit Flesh and Blood, then I would not play Teklo, or I would find, I'd just not play Teklo.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Puffin was that prevalent. Yeah, and then Jarl, you can beat Jarl without proto bases.
Okay. Anders says, in the AGE New England quarters this weekend, I killed Connor Bryant with Dio with his own broom grenade after stealing it with Magneto. Oh boy. Well, that sounds pretty good.
I assume that was
yeah.
Was that the top 8 game? I saw that the Teklo had gotten matched into the Dio, but it wasn't on stream, so I did see you win. So
nice.
It's not a terrible matchup.
Mech on mech violence of the highest order. So mech on mech violence is the original. We always joke around about warrior on warrior violence because of Blunted and Kabuto, but mech on mech violence, you guys all got it printed in the same set, so you know naturally there were cards like this. There was another one that it was like a boost card that removed steam counters that I wanted to run in my Dash Sage deck at one point. I forgot the name of it, but yeah. Okay.
I will say the Teklo mirror is a very unpleasant mirror, because his attacks say overpower, and Teklo's least favorite keyword in the game probably is overpower, because all of his Evos are action cards. So like Marlon's terrible because you got a whole you got 12 fridge ready to go, and they say overpower. All these also say action, so I guess I'll die. So it's just really about who gets online faster.
That is such a good point, because I keep on thinking about this from the Warriors' perspective. It's like, well, yeah, if I don't have attack reactions, I'll just shove my fridge in front of things. And I'm like, well, you have the biggest fridge in the game. You just, oh, wait, you can't do that.
I really wish they'd errata overpower to say you can only block with 1 action card from hand or arsenal. Get around your overcrowded too. Why are we attacking Teklovossens like this?
Oh boy. Okay, that is good to know. Good to know. Easy pitfall for some Teklovossens: don't play Singularity just because you have 4 Evo Steel Souls. It's good to actually have your deck empty of block chaff if you have time. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, looks like we kind of got through all the questions there. All right, so let's play a game or 2 or 3. Damien, are you still here?
No, I'm not here.
You're not here, Damien. All right.
All right. So we got we got 3 games lined up for you today.
All right. So what would you consider to be a good introductory match for Teklovossen that allows me to play the game strategy and not be too screwed over by anything super niche? What would be a good introduction game for me? Damien can kind of play anything, so you can name any hero you want.
I think Victor is good. Like, it's one of our preferred matchups. It's also a reason why Teklo is good in this meta, because Victor is very popular. Victor is a Guardian, which means he doesn't output a ton of damage comparatively speaking, and it's except for pummel, it's like all very face up. So Victor's kind of like the exact deck that we want to be playing against, someone that we can just take it slow and just build up our Evos. There are different flavors of Victor, so if it's the super fatigue one, it is I've been having an issue with Talishar. So actually So don't do that.
Don't
I've
do
had
that.
an issue on Talishar. Maybe they fixed it,
Oh.
but like I just leave them unclicked, and at the start of the game, it will say you'll get a prompt to assign them. Maybe they fixed it since then, but I just had games where I'd assign it like this. We'd start the game, and then I just only have the Synapse Sparkcap equipped.
I see. Well, it told me to drag them into their slots. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I've never had
All
that
right, well,
prompt.
we'll see if they fixed it.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you mentioned that this is one of the reasons to play this deck. So and Victor is a deck that I feel like we can do pretty well against. Okay, so just looking at things like Ripple Away seems like a great include. You did mention that Unmovable could be good if we know that he's not on Fatigue Victor. So against the unknown Victor, would you play these?
I think so. Like I honestly don't think you need them.
Okay.
If you were going to bring them in, you would cut something from the main board, and I don't know. There's nothing I especially feel like cutting at the moment. Like if you see this guy just going, zealous belting, and then just like so many go again attacks, then
We'll have to
sure
slow
you can
things
bring it in,
down a
but
bit.
I don't think it's really necessary. So
Okay.
we'll just cross our fingers and then hope it's more defensive.
Sure. Okay. Shirley, Victor. Yeah, Victor. Okay, so looks like the chat wants to see Victor. Is Damien stream sniping? Damien, are you stream sniping?
Of course not.
Of course not. Of course not.
I would never.
Yeah, he would never do that. All right. Okay, so in general, is there a consideration to fat decking, or do we really just want to see our evos as quickly as possible? We want to see our singularity quickly.
You don't run more than 60 cards into anyone.
Okay, that's a good rule.
Like they're
okay.
So there are times like against Vincent, Ripple Away and Warmongers are really good into her. So and the same with Marlin. So in the cases where I bring in Ripple Away and Warmongers, I cut the scrap compactors and like mechanical strength because you don't really need that like slower game stuff. But like it's partially is the okay, so they did equip great.
Yep, looks like everything's slotted in nicely for us. All right, turn 0 gold main estate. You're pretty good at this game, Damien. Okay, so
so we don't have to let this resolve.
We don't have to let this resolve yet because we could draw into Ripple.
We could draw into Ripple Away, yes.
So okay, so my gut feeling says we should probably go look for that. Maybe pitching this and banishing this. In general, we want the
equipping it.
Oh, equipping it. Oh, we can play it as an instant and then equip it. Okay, so let's go try it. Oh, we have to equip it to get the card draw. Right. Okay.
Right.
So you may play your next. Oh, we don't have to play it from banish. We can play it from our hand as an instant. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll play this. Trigger Teklo, draw a card.
Yep.
Okay, we did not
we didn't draw it, but
set.
we drew that, which we are happy to see.
Okay. All right, turn 0. He sends this at us. Okay. So we kind of just want to get these into the graveyard? Or do we want to keep one of these?
Hopefully we'll... I think you block with them. Like, if you draw a Scrap Trader, then we are just, like, high-rolling straight away.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth holding on to. Or we could also draw a Scrap Compactor. So, we've got options.
All right, so we drew this. Seems great.
Yes, so this is perfect. This is like perfect 4-card hand.
So we want to equip this and then arsenal this, I presume?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, do we need to keep track of what we're pitching? Is it just put Terminator tanks next to blues? Is that good enough? Or is
pre-compendium? So pre-compendium you would have to, but now that we have Ghost Protocol Architects, we will be shuffling our deck 2 to 3 times this game. So you only need to think about that once all of your Ghost Protocols are
gone, so that's exactly like Singing Steelblade. It's like, okay, now I got to keep track of my pitch. Before that, we're playing Singing Steelblade. Okay, so we'll pass now. And we'll arsenal this. All right.
Oh, hold on. You discarded it.
Oh, sorry. I was lagging there. I was going to adjust my.
And so, like, you choose, the Terminator tank just in case. Well, like, this is a little awkward.
Oh. Okay, so
okay, so we see our Remembrance. Probably for the Golden Suns.
Yep. Okay, so this hand. I mean this. So this is the first. So we have Ghost Protocol Architect, so we could tutor for something.
Right.
And put it into banish. So is it a good idea to keep one of these? Maybe find the base chest.
So I think we see. Yes, I think we see what he does. So Ghost Protocol Architect has a. Okay, slightly annoying, but really he doesn't have the pummel. Okay, so we have to block 9. So I think we're blocking with the 2 cards on the left, and then the arms, and then so that'll be 9, and we just hope he doesn't have the pummel.
Yeah, if he has the pummel, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we are lucky,
Okay,
and he doesn't
have it. Great.
Man, I have never had a 3-block armor piece before as a warrior player.
Yeah, it's great. And then it's still blocked for 2 again, and then 1.
Oh my goodness!
You know, if you're like desperate, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll just send this.
Yeah. So what's in our graveyard before we go looking for Evos?
2 arms.
So
and a
we've
head.
got a head and arms. Okay. So then we've got arms and legs equipped. We've got head and arms in graveyard. So we just need a shirt.
Okay. So let's go find a shirt. So we want, because would what we tutor for depend on the hero, like, or is it always going to be
normally
the base?
You're just
the beta base?
Well, we only have the beta base option because
we don't have enough equipped.
only have 2 Evos equipped.
Right.
You can only get Steel Soul once you have 4 Evos equipped.
Right. Got it.
And so, like, in that case, when you have the option to search for Steel Soul and you can get whatever you want, then it's just probably going to be about what you want to flip into. So,
got it.
If you had a blue here, you would be able to pitch the blue to activate Teklo and equip it. But we don't have a blue, but we're fine with the current situation. So we've done damage. Okay.
Okay, so here comes Rouse, and we drew these 2. Okay, so this.
Okay, so this is fine. So we're going to. All right, we see he has a Golden Sun and a. So now we can equip the. Is it a red disable? Yeah, red disable and yellow Golden Sun. Okay, so we can equip the chess piece using the blue on the far left.
Right, because this doesn't block for that much.
It's about to block for 4, but so we don't pitch that. We pitch the the blue on the left.
The blue on the left. My bad. Okay.
Because
we already
don't
have
need the blue on the left in this moment. Yeah.
Okay, so now we
put on the shirt.
We can equip the shirt, which will allow us to draw a card. Okay.
Yeah.
So now this blocks for 4, and we have options here. Is this, so thinking about our turn, is equipping this on our turn, is that a good turn?
Yeah.
Is it a good enough turn?
Yes. Yes, I definitely think so. Because then you have 4 Evos. As soon as you draw some, of your tanks, then you're throwing, the biggest damage at him. So there's always a consideration of, do you want to save a blue to activate Teklo to do it? And so, like, if the top card of the deck is a blue, then, you're happy to, pitch the blue, activate Teklo, put on the hat, and then you draw the blue that lets you throw that attack at him. But if you don't draw a blue, which you're not guaranteed to do so, then you just kind of took extra damage for nothing. So I think
So
I would say you probably block with your.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. So I I think you definitely block with your arsenal, and then see what the follow-up is. And you can block with the headpiece too. It's fine. He's gonna attack again. We can block with the headpiece in the next thing, because you're about to cover that up. So you just get the extra points.
Got it. Oh, we dodged the CNC.
And he did CNC, so
great.
We're great. Okay, so yeah. Honestly, I think we probably just. So your turn is going to be arsenal the card on the left after you've played the third card. So then you're deciding, do you want to IP one of these cards, or do you want to just save all your life and block these? I think it's probably not. I think it's good to just block with the second card and keep the last card in hand because it's fully online and just good into Victor.
Okay.
So
you wanna block like this? Okay. All right, let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah. The on hit doesn't matter. It's 2 damage. So we are extremely insulated in the following turn.
Okay. So activate Teklo to play this as an instant and draw a card. So
no.
No.
I think no. I don't think so. Because there's not much you could draw that matters. Like if the top card of your deck is Ghost Protocol, whatever, then that's fine. But if it's just a card that doesn't do you any good this turn, I think having the card on your right in your hand for the following turn, because it's fully online, it is maximum value, and I think I would rather have that than almost any other card in the deck. So I think you just put on the hat and arsenal and pass.
So having this in the hand is worth more than drawing a random card and attacking with the weapon? Because we could run into test of strength, trounce, test of iron grip, like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Victor's whole thing is about blocking. So
if we're strategic on the turns that we attack. Okay, so if we're strategic on the turns that we attack, that's generally better for us rather than attacking every turn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's equip this.
Yeah.
And we'll put this into arsenal.
I think you just get punished more often than you get rewarded.
Right.
And so he's running 60 cards, it seems like. Mm-hmm. Okay, so interesting. But this is not a bad hand. This is a completely fine hand.
Yep, so we drew another one of the headpieces. Not so useful right now, but we have some good blocks, and this card could be really, really good, depending on what he does.
Yeah. So assuming he attacks us for a decent bit, then we block with 2 cards in our hand. Okay. Well, so
this is the perfect time to block with this, I guess. 7. Okay, interesting.
Oh, so it doesn't have go again. Okay. Huh. So interesting. Well, he's not. I'd be shocked if he's running Razor Leaf Flex. So this is fine. He's only attacking for 7. It's not disruptive. It has no on hit. This is perfect. We can play super greedy.
Okay.
I would say you block with card number 2. Mm-hmm. You block with the headpiece, and then
we can equip this.
You equip this. Hold the card on the right for maximum greed.
Okay.
I mean, the slightly less, tiny bit less greedy play is to block with 2 cards in your hand, but and the way we lose is countered by the card on the right. So I think this is a big whiff turn from him. Mm-hmm. He definitely wanted to block us last turn, assuming.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I think we are back now, at least. Evan, are you here?
I'm here. You're your screen is still loading for me on
Oh.
Discord, so I can't see
let
what you're seeing.
me share my screen. There you go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, things look green now. So, so let's see if we can up the quality a little bit without everything crashing. Looks like we can. Looks like just turning the internet off and then on again seems to fix things. So, who would have known? And we can move this up to here. Okay. All right. Okay, we are back. We may need to pop this out. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So you mentioned how we might just be playing Ghost Protocol Architect, I guess, to search for the boots. Is that what we're going to look for?
Yeah, because
we currently don't have.
So when you play Ghost Protocol Architect, you you lose your action point, but the boots will cost 6 resources to equip between the Teklo activation and the 3 costs of the boots. But then you get your action point back once you've equipped the boots and you draw a card. So if you draw a blue, you can equip the card on the your other Evo in hand.
Oh, that's
and be
crazy.
fully online. Or you can draw an overpower attack and then hit him with that.
This is so much more complicated.
In both cases,
this is complicated.
Yeah, in both cases, there's nothing we're using the card on the left for. So, I think that's our arsenal card. I think we're going to block with our arsenal and our armor, and then we're going to arsenal that card.
Okay. So here.
I block with in the head.
So why are we blocking with the head here?
Because you can block with it again. It has temper 3, so like we're just blocking everything out here, and then we still have 2 block on the head. You just want to this is the value block right now, and 2 is not that much different from 3, so we just want to make sure we get all the points out of it before we replace it. And then we play sync, and then I don't think there's anything we want to sync for here. Our hand is.
That's so terrifying. It's like we got the perfect 5-card hand. We don't need to do anything. We're good. Okay,
yeah.
so
we're about to threaten the least damage possible.
Yeah. Okay,
for a 5-card hand.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna equip the. We're gonna send this and go look for the boots. That's our starting play.
Yeah.
All right.
What would be really funny is if he blocks this with Test of Iron Grip. But we do have kind of a somewhat useless card in our hands right now that we wouldn't mind donating it for.
All right. Steel Soul Tower.
Right.
All right. He did not block. Okay. So we don't need to do this in reactions. We can do this in the resolution step.
Yeah, we can just close the combat chain, make sure there's nothing weird he's going to do. So we just need to hit him with 38 more Ghost Protocol Architects, and we win the game.
Seems good.
So now we can just, So we just pitch, one of those middle cards, and then pitch the other one to equip the boots.
So we get our action point back. That's a cool play.
Yeah. Right. So we drew a blue. So that's all we need in order to put on the shirts and arsenal the last card. So we'll have to close the combat chain for this.
We have equipped 4 Steel Souls in 5 turns. That seems very quick. Oh my goodness.
That is pretty good. Huh. So now, someone brought up earlier that you don't just snap play Singularity when you have 4 Steel Souls equipped as soon as you draw it, which is true against certain decks like this one, because so we just have to let this resolve. because he could, he still has 38 life. He still has got his entire fridge, lots of cards in his deck. He could just we don't have that many Evos equipped comparatively, so he could, just block out, run us out of gas, and then kill us after. So we do still need to take some time to, equip more Evos to give more fuel to our transformation.
Okay. Seems like my internet is dying again. Jesus. That's very unfortunate. This has not happened before. I don't know. All right. Well, we do have the OBS recording, so worst comes to worst, we can just post the OBS recording. All right. Okay, so he did a disable. We have so now that we already have all the steel souls, are we just looking for Singularity and just sending tanks? Is that our game plan?
So we are sending tanks. I think generally against Victor, I try to throw as many tanks as possible pre-transformation to soften them up. Chew through their armor, get them kind of low. You also want to, one of the problems with transforming too soon is you really don't want to draw multiple reds in your hand after transformation, especially when your intellect is 3, because that is really sad. So, there is the potential of pummel in the situation. It's not that disruptive. The card in our arsenal is a little clunky. So honestly, I think we can make a greedy play of just blocking with our chest and legs, and then starting to get a little aggressive with them.
So we won't be able to send 2 tanks, but we can keep a tank for next turn.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I think this is a situation where we shoot the gun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now that we've already have this, is this? Well, I guess we're gonna keep.
Yeah,
this
you
tank,
can pitch that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what's the Evo count in our graveyard? Is it still 1 head and 2 arms?
Yep.
Yeah.
1 head, 2 arms.
So I think we pitch the blue on the left to shoot the gun and see what he does with this.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't block it, then cool. Then we just pitch the other blue to send a tank.
With all the modes, seems pretty good.
Yeah. So he does still have a bunch of fridge, which we're going to be getting. All right.
Trounce.
We're trouncing. Surely we'll win.
We
1 beats 0.
1 beats 0. All right, so he's just gonna. Well, okay, so he did not trounce us. Great.
Okay. We got a bunch of armor, so the next tank will probably be more successful.
Yeah, he's not running. He's running Crown of Dominion, so his armor suite is actually not as high as it should be, or could be. All right, so we have a tank and a blue. That seems like a good hand, and we have some cards that we can block with. Seems pretty good.
Yep. 5 mites.
YouTube is still yelling at me that it's dropping frames consistently. I'm not sure what to do. Kind of ruining my flow here. It's hard to concentrate on things. All right, so E-strike for 10. So our opponent is getting serious. 2 CNCs have already come, so, decent chance this isn't going to be affected.
Yeah.
So he did use his armor on that turn, so...
Yeah, I think... I think you block with the second card.
Yep. And if it's
And
CNC, you
just in case he has a CNC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll take a little damage here, but
Apparently,
This is
the
power
image
check.
on the stream, Josh, is like the picture of where your faces are at. It got messed up. You
Oh.
just
we can put that on the bottom.
Oh. Let me. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. Yep, I fixed it. Okay, so we need this on the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, that's not useful right now. All right. So
Vanilla 7.
um
Or maybe not. So I feel like we kind of have to keep this in case this is pummel.
you could. I say block with it. If it is pummel, then we're kind of thankful that he didn't spend it on a more disruptive thing. And I say block with both the head and the arms right now, because if it is a pummel and we lose a card, then we lose the card on the left. We play our arsenal. We re-equip, and the turn is still salvaged. This way, we don't waste any blocks. Okay, so that's pummel. So
Sad day for us.
mildly annoying, not the end of the world. So I'll just discard the card on the left.
Yep. So this plays around that because now we can scrap them into the Banish Zone and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll play Scrap Trader. One head,
We'll just do
one
one of
arms.
each.
Yep, and then we can.
Yeah. So we let it resolve to get the 4 resources. Then we Teklo. Doesn't. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe do the arms. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And we just hope that we get a good arsenal card. We did.
Oh, that is a good arsenal card. Pitch, pitch, pitch for Millers.
Alrighty.
We're in business now, aren't we?
Okay.
Okay, so is there any
Alright, so the one
threat to losing Singularity? Okay. That would be very bad. Right?
there is. If we have not seen Singularity yet, it could very well be the top card of our deck, and we're not winning any clashes with it. So, if we knew that Singularity was for a fact not the top card of our deck, I would be fine with taking this. But also, our hand, we have 2 extraneous cards, so I would just block with the card on the left, and then the blue in the mid, on the right, the rightmost blue. And just save our armor block, and then, yeah.
Okay. So he's arsenaling a card, so that means it is better than Boulder Drop, better than Spinal Crush. So probably want to send the War Machine.
So we've got 2 choices. War Machine is better in this situation because he has an arsenal. He did pitch away 3 red attacks, so it's either 4th red attack or a defense reaction. If this were a Terminator tank, I would say you send the Pulse Wave Protocol first, because you just take the best card out of their hand and just buys you a little space. But we don't know when he's going to have an arsenal again, and Pulse Wave Protocol is always good. So I'd say just send the War Machine. If it's a defense reaction, then great.
Okay, let's do that.
It's still a lot of damage. Okay, it looks like it was not a defense reaction.
Yep, looks like it's a card that he wants to protect as well.
Alrighty.
All right, so those things resolved. Trounce, Thunderquake against Steel Soul Tower, so he wins the first one. Second.
Unlucky.
Oh, we actually clashed twice.
Oh, he won.
Okay, yeah, he won Macho Grande against Steel Soul. Yeah. Oh, Steel Street.
He's
Hold
still
on, I can't
taking
count.
Yeah.
Hold on. I wanted the flexors. Dude, I can't math.
Oh,
Start
yeah.
again. Yeah. I was like, surely I thought I did the math right the first time.
Okay.
So you did win both clashes on the trounce.
Yeah, one with Macho and Thunderquake.
Okay. Great. All right, so that's more armor gone.
All right, we got the Steel Soul chest, Steel Soul boots, and another War Machine.
So our graveyard, I think.
Yeah.
So our graveyard has a chest and an arms right now, so
Yep.
we'll probably be blocking with the legs.
Mm-hmm. And this is all because we want to make sure if we draw a scrap trader that we can scrap a little bit of
Yeah.
everything into the graveyard. Okay, got it.
Yeah. I think right from this point on, we have to be selective with which beta bases we're willing to equip. I'm okay equipping, the head and arms because the swap effect is just so good, but the chest and legs potentially dicey if you don't have a backup in your banish zone already. Okay. Just in case you draw Singularity when you're not ready for it.
Okay, so my warrior brain is looking at the health totals and getting worried, but I feel like we executed part one of our game plan pretty quickly. So are we doing okay right now in terms of like macro strategy and game state?
I think we're fine because so what did he remembrance? He remembrance 2 visits and an E-strike. So the important thing is he has no more. His equipment block is down to Arm Aegis, which if he blocks with, he loses a gold, which isn't like, and then just 1 block in the Iron Fist Revelation, and no more equipment block left, which means our on hits are doing good. So he does have an arsenal again. We have our entire hand, so I think the first thing that we do is refresh our headpiece using the Teklo activation.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. We have several things that we can do. We can send the weapon. We can send one of these cards. We could activate this to play one of the Evos at instant speed and draw another card, or we could just raw play this, which is probably the worst option. So how did you like rank those things in your mind?
Well, so we are sending one of the 2 attacks at him. Okay. That is always happening. Right. It's the same 2 attacks as last turn, and it's the same situation pretty much. He's got an arsenal. It's the same choice, so presumably we do the same thing again. Right. So we need to make sure we have 3 resources for that. It's going to cost 7 resources to activate Teklo and equip the headpiece. That's going to leave us with 2 floating and the card we draw. So we are guaranteed to have enough resources to do that and send one of the big attacks. So we have to activate Teklo first. So I think that's the best plan because it gives us 5 more armor. It gives us another card that's going to go under Singularity at some point. And I think this is the second headpiece that we are equipping. Okay, so I didn't really wait, right? Yeah, we have
Steel Soul Memory, base head, Sparkcap, and then on top of it all is another Steel Soul. Okay, so
we've got 1 more of each. So yeah, so we're just we're attacking with a card in hand, pitching that card, and threaten his arsenal.
Yeah. Unfortunately, couldn't send the weapon, but even sending the weapon would have been dangerous, right? Because of Test of Iron Grip.
Can you check the graveyard to see how many Ghost Protocol Architects we played? We played all 3 Ghost Protocol Architects.
Yeah.
Which means our pitch stack officially matters. We are not shuffling our deck anymore.
Oh boy.
So,
well, we got a bunch of blues and a Fate Foreseen, so looks like War Machine gonna connect, which is good. Goodbye, Pummel. Great.
Yeah. So we got the ball. Oh, the second Pummel. Okay. So, in this situation, I think you want the Fate Foreseen on top, like the first card on the pitch stack, because we haven't pitched, any relevant things around it. And then we're probably gonna. I can imagine that we would potentially need the Evos before we need the mechanical strength, so I would do the Evos first. It doesn't really matter which one. They're both equally important to. Okay. Well,
well,
this sometimes happens.
Well, luckily these 2 cards work really nicely together.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're gonna overblock. So I presume we're gonna fake for a blue, and then sink this into a blue. Is that the game plan?
Well, okay, so we could fate. If there's a blue on top, then we can do that, and then not mess up our pitch stack. If there's not a blue on top, then we may have to consider just pitching these 3 reds to play our arsenal. But I think the fate is always happening, so we just do that and see what's up.
Maybe there's Singularity on top. Nope. It is a blue.
Perfect.
So we'll just leave it on top.
Yeah, so we'll just leave it on top, and then we can sink the card on the right.
Okay. Not every day you block 8 on 4, but, you do what you got to do. Okay, so we're, like, in the middle of the game right now, and we're working our way towards Singularity.
We are slowly getting him down.
I feel like
he doesn't have an arsenal, so
yeah, this one's better.
This is perfect. This is amazing.
I feel like if we don't have Singularity, we can't finish the game. Is that a correct statement?
This is not a very defensive leaning Victor. We haven't seen very many, if any. Have we seen any defense reactions from him?
Nope. This one.
No.
So
yeah, so we haven't seen any defense reactions, which means, like, eventually, like, if we get some swapping going with our arms, our 9 overpowers will, like, beat him down. But this card is perfect. He's got a bunch of mites, so next turn is threatening, but we're going to look at his hand, and we're going to take the best card out of his hand.
That seems good.
This card is so funny.
Yeah, everybody talks about Terminator tanks and War Machines, but, Pulse Wave Protocol is also good. Okay, so he reveals Rouse Headbutt.
Okay, so he's got Trounce, so presumably he's going to be blocking with the Trounce.
Oh, also in Trounce, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What does Headbutt say? I know it's, like, mildly annoying.
You can't defend with...
You can't be defended by non-heavy equipment.
Yeah.
So the Crush doesn't matter that much. Well, I mean, like, the -1 counter may matter, but it's not going to have 0, so I'm going to destroy it.
Yep.
So he's probably going to draw a card, assuming he wins the Trounce. So you can either take a Rouse the Ancients, which is a 2 block that he doesn't want to block with, or you take the Headbutt because it's annoying. Because Headbutt is 6, so all he has to draw is a 7 in order to turn on his Rouse.
Yep.
Whereas if you just leave him with 2 Rouses, it doesn't matter what he draws, unless it, like, pulverized.
Wait, this is Pulse Wave Harpoon, but Evo form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so let's take the Headbutt, make it go under the chain. And kind of go from there.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to block 6.
That.
Yep. All right, let's see what we're going to do. Test the strength and shelter. He re-rolls it with his hero ability. Or maybe he... I don't know if he re-rolled it. I don't think he did, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he put the test of strength to the bottom, and then he drew a card
because
he revealed mechanical strength and Clash of Bravado.
Yep, so he drew Clash of Bravado. So he has a 7 power card.
Right.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's that. We'll just arsenal this and move on with our life. So he's gonna have a lot of might
Yep, so-
tokens. So.
So he'll be able to swing the Clash of Bravado and then Arsenal to rouse the Ancients.
Yep.
But it'll be handy to know that there's not a defense reaction there. Ooh, Fabricate's here. Alrighty.
All right, so this is the other difficult to. So this and Scrap Trader are kind of like the two cards we gotta like make sure we use correctly. All right, so he's gonna break a gold, draw a card, and okay, he's gonna activate Tech Plating.
Okay,
Gonna send Clash of Bravado for 11. All right, so
we no longer know what he's arsenaling.
Yep, we no longer know what he's arsenaling. Could be a Remembrance.
So if we
could be a pummel.
So if we fabricate and choose +1 to blocks, then we can block 11 using only 3 Evos and keep the rest of our hands. I'm just saying
3.
that we don't necessarily have to do. Yeah, 4-4-3, right? But then we keep our entire hand, which is like, how much do we need our entire hand? It would be nice to get the swap in.
What swap are you talking
there's 3.
This?
Swap. So you equip the arms, which would you equip the arms, which would go get you a Terminator tank. Right. I assume we have Terminator tanks in the graveyard.
Yep.
So one important mode that only comes up against defensive decks is Fabricate. Place this under an Evo permanent you control. You do that so you get extra swings of the Necropotence.
Yep.
I say, since he is a defense reaction super light, if at all, aggressive deck, we probably don't need that many
cards under our Evos.
That many cards underneath. Like, I think we'll be fine with the ones we have. So I say I think we should go back to the attack declaration trigger.
Okay.
Because we're gonna, just because of how Talishar works.
Okay.
So he attacks us. We play Fabricate, and we choose the modes Banish and Evo to draw a card and +1 to blocks.
Okay. Sorry, Damien. Please send your attack again. Right.
Okay.
Banish at Evo and draw a card and +1 to blocks. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to resolve Fabricate. We are going to banish our arms. We drew a chest.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay. So now we let the attack resolve.
So, right.
So the idea is that we block with this, and then we can play this if we want to refresh.
Yeah. Yeah, to get the recursion. So we just block with the Evos, and we take 0 damage, and we hold on to our hands.
I'm already just from this one game, I'm feeling like this hero is significantly more complicated than any of the other 0 to 60 heroes other than Kano. I'm not even starting to grasp the general play patterns yet.
Yeah, I mean, it is there's a lot of, even for a blocking deck, there's a lot of decisions. Okay, so we have a decision to make before he passes turn. We probably I think we definitely want to pitch the card on the left to equip the arms.
Okay.
Because we can only do the Teklo activation, once per turn, and we may want to do that on our turn.
Right, because we have this one here. Okay, so this is now my optimizing brain is but we didn't block twice with this. But that's this is common to happen, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, now everything changes, huh? All right.
So we get Terminator tank.
Fifth from the top.
It's just it's always good. Yeah.
So we have this card, but we don't have 4 Steel Souls. So is that an issue?
We don't. We have no. We have the most important ones, but again, this is a slow, grindy-ish matchup, and we're healthy. We still got our fridge, so
can you walk me through what happens if this card is put into our graveyard or in our banish zone? Is there any counter play for us to do anything about that?
It's hard. So basically, there's no way to get it back with my list. I don't run Remembrance. We don't have Evo Recall. So if we lose it, it's gone, and we have to win via other means, which means the gun becomes very important, and then recurring of big attacks using the swapping of the arms is very important. But it does get very tricky. So at this point, we've only seen, how many Command and Conquers have we seen? 1 or 2?
2 and 2 pummels.
We've seen 2. Yeah, so he has 1 more. So you kind of have to make a decision right now. Is it safe to pitch this? We only have 25 cards in our deck, so, we are gonna, slowly, make our way through them.
Okay, so
or make our way through them very quickly. So I think it's okay. I think I would rather in this situation pitch it away to draw it later than arsenal it and potentially leave it to be potentially CNC pummeled.
Okay, so
yeah,
like that. Okay.
So I think this is fine.
All right, so now we really do have to remember the position of this. So this is going to be the 26th card from the top. Okay. So
yeah, and I feel like we've been pitching blues, so we're fine.
Yep.
Okay, so here is where the chest swap is very good. So when we swap chests, we gain 3 resources, which means we'll draw a card off Teklo, and we will be able to arsenal it. So, so I think this is completely fine to, do that. And then maybe the card we draw is even better somehow. It's not, but it's fine. That's completely fine to arsenal. So we're happy. So we send the arsenal.
So why is this okay to arsenal?
Because it costs 0. So pretty much the arms is the only one that you are perfectly happy swapping on your opponent's turn. If you swap head on your opponent's turn, you don't get the +1 intellect benefit because it expires. If you swap the chest, you get the resources, which don't usually do anything. I think we do that. And then the legs, the action point doesn't do you any good. We're cool with this.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So,
all right. So Miller's coming in. Ironically, this moves us quicker to our pitch stack.
I think you just block with armor here. I think you block with your head and the 2 bases. Or actually, hold on. Do arms or do head and legs, because we haven't seen the other fabricate yet, and when your steel soul are at -2, the fabric that you can't block with them because they have temper, but fabricate lets you block with them, so it's just a tiny little optimization thing. Kind of the same thing for the beta base, but this is a small thing. So we are very pretty well insulated here. Okay. So we're going to
weapon.
We're going to go to our turn. Nothing will. No, actually, we're going to Teklo, equip the headpiece, and then see what we draw. I think you pitch the. You're probably pitching both of these blues, but I think you pitch the legs because you. Yeah, it's fine. We're going to be pitching it anyway. So. Do that. Okay. Fantastic. So, we just play. Yeah. I don't think you want to shoot the gun in this situation. I think the Terminator tank is gonna be fine. You're happy to IP either of these cards.
This is actually very difficult for me to conceptualize why we're not attacking with our weapon. I guess it's because this is considered a slow matchup where card density is more important, and just having the right cards at the right time is more important. the numerical
So
value.
we are now on three non-steel souls, and we have pitched Singularity, which means our number one priority right now needs to be
getting
re-equipping those
okay
before the Singularity comes back up, which we should have a chance to do.
So this is kind of like if Fang lost all his fealty and now he needs to get it all back. is the analogy what we could use here. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're finishing off his armor. Guess we'll clash and he's got the headbutt. All right.
Tank against
behind did we win?
Yeah,
we
6
won.
against 5, we won.
He's gonna bottom. He bottomed
he
it.
bottomed
but
ours,
that's
so
fine.
ripple away. Lost to right behind you. Alright, so he's gonna draw right behind you. Okay, so that's fine. Alright, we can just arsenal this and move on with our life.
So you could arsenal the one on the right. I think arsenaling the one on the right may be a little safer.
Yeah, because it's an instant.
Yeah, I think you do the 3 block. That doesn't matter.
Oh.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, so now we're back.
If only that were an action card.
So we got 5 intellect because we equipped the base head onto a steel soul. Okay. All right, riches gives him a gold. Victor draws him a card. Tech plating resolves. He gets a seismic surge. Visit sees.
Ooh, ripple.
Ripple.
Wait. We should.
Sorry.
Hold on, don't let that result. We should ripple it.
Yeah, I was clicking too much. Yeah, because I was like, he has 2 gold, 3 gold. Okay, yeah, we definitely don't want him.
Okay, well, let's think about it, because he's already made a gold, so we're not denying a card draw. We're just denying mites, but maybe that's fine. Like, we're denying 3 mites and it's a 3 block, so it kind of washes out, and we just don't want him to have the gold. So I think it's probably good.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah. All right, so Miller's coming in. Okay, so we currently do not have any steel souls that we can play. So that seems a little bit...
No, we do. We do, because we have scrap compactors.
Oh, we do. Oh, yeah, you're right.
So scrap compactor scraps and says, when this attacks is scrapped, you may play your next Evo this turn as though we're an instant. So we'll be able to scrap the chest or the arms.
Okay. So
yeah, the chest is more important for the Singularity turn, so we're probably scrapping the...
Okay. Yeah. So we can block with this, or we could just, sink. Both are fine, I guess, right?
Yeah, I kind of like sinking. We have our... No, I think you should just play sink. We have our arsenal for a defensive tool. So I think we just play sink. And I don't think we sink anything. I think we're fine keeping this hand.
Okay. It is very difficult for me to evaluate why this hand is keepable, and we don't want to
well, because we're playing a scrap compactor, and then we're keeping a blue to pay for the Eva that we get. So then, you're left with a card. So you're either left with a scrap compactor, so we can do it again next turn, or you're left with the other card, which is very good. So yeah, I think that's probably the safe choice. And then we'll donate the 3 resources to charity, but it's fine. I think you should pitch the card on the right. I imagine I think you should pitch that card. I think we're gonna need that card.
Okay, so now we want to equip these other 2, and we have 3 turns to do it. 4 turns to do it.
Yeah. And we should be drawing them pretty soon.
Well,
okay,
there's one. The devil. Alright, so Rouse.
Alright, what's he got in his hand?
And Thunderquake. both are just vanilla damage. So this turn is just a
How
ton of
much
vanilla damage.
does Headbutt cost?
Headbutt
4?
cost 4.
So he could
Thunderquick 6.
So he could
Sonic
crack a
is 5.
gold.
Yep.
Yeah, so he could crack a gold and do it. Okay, so Headbutt is something we have to respect a little. Okay, so we can do something very annoying for him. I think we're playing our arsenal.
Okay.
And we're choosing the same 2 modes from before.
+1, banish, and draw. Okay. Is this the
Yeah.
default Art of War? Default Art of War modes?
It is probably the most common.
Okay,
So what we think he might do with this hand is crack a gold to draw a card so then he can play the Headbutt and Arsenal card. But in doing so, he closes the combat chain, which means we double dip on fabricate value. So I say you just block with armor. You can block with the chest and the head since we're going to be swapping the head. Not the arms. We can take 1 point.
Okay. We'll block 6 on 7 here.
Yeah. So now he either swings the hammer and IPs a card, or he closes the chain to do the thing, and we get extra value.
I just want to note that I have a seismic surge.
Okay. Well, we still do the same thing. So what is he arsenaling? He showed us. It was
Thunderquake.
Thunderquake. Okay. Okay. So we're not. Oh, we can't. Okay. What does this say? When this crushes. So we do have to block this. We don't really care about the legs. I think we block with the card on the left and the card on the right. Oh, wait, we can't block with the card on the right. Just kidding. Then we just block with the card on the left. We take 2. He doesn't crush. We're fine.
That's such a unique situation. You cannot defend by non-head equipment. Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay, I was like, why is this not glowing green? Okay.
Yeah. So another situation where this comes up is pulping. There have been times where I've played against pulping, which says if you defend this with 2 or more non-equipment, it loses go again.
Oh.
And I've had a defense reaction in Arsenal, and I still couldn't take away its go again because my entire hand was Evos, and they're all equipment. So we take 2, and we're fine.
Okay. Huh. Okay, so we have the boots already, so we don't need those, but these do have 2 -1 counters on it.
Yeah, so we can pitch the boots away to Teklo and put on the hatch, and then we are back in business.
Arsenal one of these
in terms of Singularity. Well, we're gonna draw a card.
Oh yeah,
so
maybe we have actually
be able to
something
do more this turn.
Nope.
Okay. So I think now I think you can shoot the gun and play the other card in hand. Like, we don't need to hold on to this stuff.
Mechanical strength loses to cranial crush. Okay.
That's fine.
We can just send this for 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does still have a CNC lurking around somewhere. So. Oh, he has multiple CNCs. He remembers them back into his deck. Interesting. Okay, so
that's all right.
From the victor's perspective,
Arsenal anything.
His win con is to like double pummel us when we draw our Singularity, or like mess us up when
he only has 1 pummel left.
Yeah. So he has to like disrupt us on the turn we have Singularity.
Yeah. The nice thing is we can never. I think you do right, middle, left. Or yeah. We can never get got by that, because if he ever resolved 2 pummels and we were going to lose Singularity, we just pitch it into blue to activate Teklo, and then we kind of skip our next turn. But whatever.
Oh my god, so many
okay.
options. Okay.
Yeah, so many options.
So
honestly, it's a little unfortunate that we have 2 Evos in our hand and neither of them are the ones we want.
yeah. It's interesting because the Evos, we pitch them into our deck, we see them again. They're not actually in the graveyard. Most of our Evos are, well, our last our last Evo's here. Our last arm Evo's in the graveyard. And 2 of them are
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so we
yeah, we still have that we still have one more scrap trade, I think, right?
Yeah,
or did we
yeah,
did we pitch it or did we block with it?
We did pitch a scrap the one power one.
We don't have any more scrap traders left.
We don't?
So
compactors, right? We have one.
We only have 2. Oh, it's a compactor. We have one more compactor left.
Yeah.
We don't have any more scrap traders left.
Yeah.
And we have, you said we had 2 Steel Soul controllers.
Yeah. So the only way to equip
the
only way to equip this Steel Soul controller is to get the scrap compactor back.
So what do we have? All of our war machines are gone. We've got one more Terminator tank. How many? Okay, so add up how many cards we have in our Evo area. Like how many cards are under the head? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the chest.
5.
We've got 1, 2, 3, so 11, and then the arms
4.
12, 13, 14, 15, and the legs 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we've got 20 cards that are going under the Mecropotent. That's 10 swings. Generally speaking, each swing is going to take 3 cards out of the person's deck because they discard a card and then it'll take 2, 3 blocks.
Right.
So we're kind of at the point where Singularity does like deplete them of their deck. The question is, do we have enough attacks left in our deck? So we do have one more Terminator tank, but we may have need of that thing.
Okay.
So getting back to this hammer swing, we're not going to take this just in case. There's Singularity on top. So you could just block with armor and then just hold on to the defense react, because we may just be refreshing armor this turn. That may just be the best option we have. I would probably just do I wouldn't do the arms. I'd just do the head and the chest.
Okay. All right, let's just go with that. So if we're just refreshing armor, then we're kind of just treading water. Do we...
Yeah. Well, we've got a couple options. We could refresh armor, or we could throw 10 damage at him. But he also did have like a 4-card hand where he sent the hammer at us.
Yeah, IP2.
So yeah, so does that mean that could just mean he's only got like defensive tools in his hand? We're done with the trounces. He's got one more test of strength. I think we're sure at this point he's not running test of iron grips.
Yeah. So test of iron grip is it just risky to run against our deck because we have a lot of 6 powers, or is it just flavor? Or
I think it's just like this matchup, the victor needs to be as aggressive as possible.
Okay.
So like I think maybe trounce and test of strength are probably the good ones because they draw you cards and generate mites, and test of iron grip is like we can sort of play around it. So we kind of have a decision to make now. We shoot gun and do mechanical strength. I'm always preferential to the equipping armor strategy. So it doesn't really matter which one we equip because we're not replacing these anymore at this point. So I think you pitch one and then you pitch the other 2 blues to equip the other.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, so we draw. Okay, great. So we'll just shoot the gun, arsenal the card on the left.
Does this deck?
Surely we'll get
I
that
know this is
question.
literally my first game playing, but does this deck run into like time issues at competitive events?
I never ran into any time issues.
Okay.
I think the one time but I also didn't play. I was playing mostly aggro decks. The
Mhm.
one game I played that I was worried about it was actually against Damien. He was on Fatigue Pleiades, but we were kind of zooming. Like we were playing
Okay.
really
Oh, well,
fast, and he was
Damien
just like
plays
peg
really
perfect,
fast.
recur peg perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
that game ended in like 15 minutes. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, no. That was the only one I was worried about from like a matchup perspective. But I mean, I kind of play based off vibes. We do the 2 cards on the left, and then Arsenal the card on the left. Yeah. So okay.
All right. So Singularity should be in the next hand.
Yeah, I think we may want to consider.
So going from 20 to 21 cards doesn't affect anything. So equipping this doesn't do anything, right?
No, but we may want to do the what's it called? We may want to do the scrap compactor thing, just in case.
Okay.
So I would just block with your arsenal and then one of the cards on the left, and then just see what's up.
Okay.
Okay, I think we bottom it.
Yes, because we pitched the scrap compactor after this. So okay.
Was it? Do you remember if it was immediately after it?
No, I don't. I'm still reading all the cards. But it should be.
Fine.
It should be very soon. It should be very soon. Okay.
Okay. So now I think we just send 3 for 7 at Arsenal.
So you mentioned deck size 3 times the amount of times we can attack, but then we also have to add in his health, right? That's his effective life if he's just blocking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of like, because you also do have attacks left in your deck, that'll do stuff. We still should have like, most of our Ghost Protocol mainframes, maybe 1 mechanical strength left. You could attack him with Ripple Away, so
right.
This is a sort of general rule of thumb. Okay, so we didn't find it. We can. We should definitely. Well, hold on. Wait, undo.
Yeah, I was
we should definitely.
Yeah. We should definitely. Do this. Sorry. Stop drawing cards. All right.
Okay, so
cover it pretty easily if we want.
So yeah, the question is, do we give armor or do we give arsenal? Because we're kind of maybe we
he still has a lot of
give
CNCs
armor
left
and we're
that's the
yeah. So maybe we just give arsenal and then we throw 12 at him.
That sounds good.
And then that, I think, like, Scrap Compactor should, like,
it's in the
definitely be in the next hand.
Yeah.
So, like, we throw 12 at him, we strip minimum 1 card out of his hand. And we get the space we need to get the Scrap Compactor.
Mm-hmm. So, gun into T-Tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, gun, pitching the card on the right.
Oh. Oops.
This is a probably doesn't matter thing, but just in case he has a 1 of Test of Iron Grip that he's been hiding this whole time, we can discard the card on the right because we don't really want it anymore.
Yep. So many optimizations to be made. Oh boy. Okay.
This is like extreme nitpicking. But now we've gotten him so low that we could, like, I don't think we'll draw Singularity in the next hand, but if
No,
we
we
did, like, he's so low that we may just, kill him through whatever we have left. But we'll just see. Yeah, especially if he takes this, yeah. So he's going to discard. So he's just going to try to hit us very hard next turn.
Well, we have armor.
I'm supposed to block 3. Hold on. I need to block 3. I can't math. Math is hard.
You're good.
Yeah, do a card on the left, and yep. Okay.
Okay, so
Right.
let me
This
see if I can understand this. We play this, banish this, so we need a blue
Yeah.
to play it. So we have
Yeah.
to keep this
Right.
plus a blue, and we're free to do whatever we want with
Yeah.
those.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
probably
So this is going to come in for
probably
12. So yeah, we block those two.
And since we're going to re-equip this, shouldn't we block with this? Oh, we can't.
We can't because it has
Oh!
overpower.
Oh,
and,
This-
we have to decide: do we want to block 1 or do we want to block 3?
Yeah, it was green, and then I clicked the cards in my head, and it stopped being green. I was like, oh no. Okay, so we'll take 4 here. Okay, yeah, you know, as a warrior player, these overpower mechanics. When someone says overpower, I just roll my eyes. I'm like, yeah, sure. But it's actually like super effective against all the equipment here. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, so we get to play scrap compactor.
Yep.
Scrap our arms. And we can play it as a
So we're not activating Teklo. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just let this resolve and then play it.
Yep. Cool. Okay, so now we are back to our efficient suite now. All right.
Yeah.
Tank.
So we just put a Terminator tank back in.
All right, so we're going to draw our Singularity.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is the turn.
Yeah. So,
okay, so
ideally,
yeah. Okay, so this is probably Bulger drop into pummel. So
yeah, probably. So if we block, so he only has 1 pummel left, right?
Yep, correct.
If we check his graveyard,
Yeah.
He's only got 1 pummel left. So we can, our armor blocks for 8, and then we can block 1 more card from our hand and block 11.
Yeah,
and then we do not get got by pummel.
Yep. And we don't need this anymore, so off it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so guide me through this, because this is very complicated for my brain. So we have
Singularity turn.
Yeah, so we have the resources to play this.
Right. So we will. Okay. So he's got pummel in arsenal. So he's doing his 3rd remembrance, getting back. Who cares? Cards that he'll be blocking with or discarding. Okay. So we know. So our deck is Terminator tank and 4 blues.
Mm-hmm.
When we Singularity, we are going to be putting 2 Terminator tanks back into our deck, but they should be in such a position as is not a problem. So we go to our turn. We've got a Singularity and 2 blues, so we just cast it.
So it was actually extremely important that we had 8 armor, and we didn't use our armor on that 1 turn, and we used our D-React. Because having 8 armor was super
the D-React would have been...
Oh, would have also helped there.
Yeah, so we just
true.
take... Yeah. But we were playing around the CNC.
Okay,
so
22 cards.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's larger
22
than...
cards. That's 11 swings. And
this?
honestly, we could kill him right here. Like, we could have done all this setup, and the game just ends this turn because we're gonna attack him. He's gonna discard a card. block 6, and we're going to attack him again. He's going to discard the last card in his hand, and then he takes 6 and dies. So,
does it matter what we damage?
this is why
it does not, right?
No.
Okay.
It does not matter at all. I always do the hero last, just for thematic reasons.
Oops! I just clicked the first 2 cards. Okay. Okay, so
It's fine.
Does this have go again?
It does not have go again, but we have 2 action points because we swapped the boots. Yeah. Okay. So, if this had go again,
we could just attack again and then he dies, right?
Yeah, we attack again and he dies, assuming that's a pummel in his arsenal. Yeah. You have to scroll.
Oh.
Scroll down and click submit. So he discards last card and dies. So we did all that setup just for him to die on the Singularity turn, which is why it's like so important to like chip them down throughout the game.
Okay.
All right. 1-0.
That is that game was really, really, really tough for me to get my head around everything. Like, we were IPing several turns. Like, we equipped the bases, and then we equipped the Steel Souls, and then we went back to the bases, and then we're like, oh, Singularity's coming up. We better go back to the Steel Souls. Like, okay. That was like a really typical Teklo game, right? That was like super standard, right?
Yeah, we might have been like, I think if we had cast Singularity like the last time that we had drawn it, then we're still probably fine. It's like he was put into a position where he had to run us out of cards, so we couldn't Singularity. The Boulder Drop Pummel is a very good way to deal with that, but we had enough ability to overblock that we could prevent it. And so he was just in a position where he had to take a lot of damage, which meant he died to the Singularity turn. But if he's at a much higher life total and he's like kind of able to withstand it, because like the game I played on stream against the Bolton, I played Singularity and I had the full suite, full setup. No, I didn't have arms because I had Evo Magneto, but I had a 6-card hand, and all I could do with that 6-card hand was swing Mecropotent at him because my hand was full of Evos and defense reactions. So it was like the lowest damage 6-card hand ever. So it's just something like you want to, potentially avoid.
Okay.
It's hard to run Teklo out of stuff, but if you cast Singularity too early, it can happen.
Could happen. Okay.
Josh.
Okay.
That game took like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I know, because we had to restart.
We're gonna skip the middle game. And
okay.
We'll play one more.
We'll play one.
Just go to the hard game.
We'll just go to the hard game. I'm gonna fail this episode, guys. Guaranteed failure here, but we'll get to.
You're playing against. Yeah. Josh, you're playing against your favorite. You're playing against Marionette.
Oh God. Oh no. Okay, so there's a lot of danger here in this mode, or in this game.
Yeah. So the worst part about the Marionette matchup is Tarantula Toxin, and Shred, because they mean it is extremely, extremely dangerous to block with your Steel Soul Evos at any point once they are equipped, because if they get shredded or Tarantula Toxin, they die and we lose. Right. So we are running Ripple Away to see if we can, because it's good against Codex, it's good against the Chelicera thing. There is an argument to be made for Warmongers because they do have, some number of non-attack actions that they mix in. So, like, you could bring them in and cut the 2 scrap compactors and one of the mechanical strengths. I say we try it out. Like, I don't think this is a scrap compactor game, so we just cut 2 of the blue scrap compactors.
Oh, scrap trader compactor.
No. So it's to the left of scrap trader.
Yep.
And then 1 mechanical strength.
Yep. I removed 1 mechanical strength, so we have to add
Okay.
3 more here.
Yeah, so we had then the 3 warmongers.
Okay.
And then, yep, this is...
Okay,
is
so
it.
you did mention that, like, if we lose an Evo Soul Steel, we lose the game. Does that mean, like,
Unless...
every matchup is a Singularity matchup with this deck?
No, not every matchup is. Like, the matchups... So, Acilio is weird because it is literally just hard fatigue. You just block out exclusively until they run out of stuff. But the matchups where you, like, bring it in, but you probably not planning on casting it.
This is the worst
like
hand ever.
It could be worse. You're just going to pitch the blue on the left to Teklo and then pass.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get an Evo. We need it in this matchup, but
generally, I put this card over this card into the arsenal.
I mean, if they have CNC and you lose one of the cards, it's probably better to lose the card on the left, but I don't think Mario really runs CNC, so it probably doesn't matter much. At least you have the option to...
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, we were 1 card off of it. Oh, no.
Let's take a look.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What you got hiding over there?
This card is okay because we're not we want as much face-up damage as possible. So we reaction speed stuff is stuff we struggle with. Okay, so this has piercing, unfortunately, which even applies to the stuff in hand. So I think we are blocking. I think we are blocking with that card.
Oh my god!
I think we do. I think we do block with that card, and then I think we block with the other blue also. I think we're just passing this turn really. So I think we block with the blue, and then we sink the card on the right. Yeah, there's not that many decks. Oh wait, hold on. Before we take that, we should just do the sync in response to this just in case. Yeah.
We're gonna find shelter from the storm. Let's go. Come on. Nope. But
okay, that's fine. Like
that's totally
fine.
Great. Yeah, I was gonna say what is the best thing we could sync and do? It's a 0 cost Evo, right? This is the best thing we can sync and do.
Yeah.
Okay, we are marked. Question: if we transform into the Mecha Man, do we lose our mark?
I don't know, because I rarely play against a Mario that allows me to get to that point of transforming. So
okay.
I've not been able to find it out.
Judge question, Judge.
He said, "I do not know."
I do not know. All right. Cool. All right. So you arsenal the card. All right. So we just equip this and say, "Come at us."
Yeah.
All right. He is red back, so this is the go again. All right. Pain on the backside. All right. So we drew this, so we could try to equip this next turn. And
yeah, we may even do this. I think we are blocking with this. Yeah, I think we're just blocking with the mechanical strength, and then
seeing what else is coming.
Seeing what he follows us up with.
This is currently only blocking for 2, which is a little bit sad. All right, so he discarded, pumped it by 3. Sure.
So we have the option of playing the Fate for Scene, but does he? I'm kind of worried about Codex, because if we empty our arsenal and he plays Codex, then we have to put Ripple away in our arsenal. I guess we could put the mechanical strength, but that's not much better, so we probably just
let this happen.
I don't have any good Codex targets. Unless it's like Inertia that you're worried about. I've got nothing in the graveyard.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have this pain in the backside, which is obviously the best thing you could have. But
it is an option that I may take for.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fine to just
let it go.
Let this happen.
Okay. All right, we'll take 4.
Aha! I'm a pain.
You are quite the pain, Damien.
I know. What
Another one.
So now we just
Uh,
yeah. So now we block with the card on the right.
ooh.
Okay, he's spinning shred on that. Okay. At this point, I think you can play it
All right. Please don't codex
because
us. Ooh.
We'll have another short, right?
great, perfect.
Yeah,
Leave
this
that on
is a
top.
good card, right? Yeah. We want to see our beta bases.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, don't codex us, Damien.
We're hoping he just passes.
I would know.
Oh, thank God. Okay, we're good. We are lucky.
Okay, so we just Teklo to equip that, and then we equip the arsenal. Or we equip the boots.
And then we just play this, right? Or
Yeah.
should we shouldn't arsenal this?
No, we just play it.
Okay, so we have 3 bases now, which is nice. All right, this is a redundant
Yeah,
piece.
we're just-
this
we're just
hand
praying
looks,
for.
this hand looks like it's praying that
It's-
this is a useful card.
Yeah, this is just well, actually, it's not bad. Like you're probably going to at minimum block with the
No idea why I did it like that. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
yeah. Yeah, I think you just block with the ripple away.
All right, so are we sending one of these attacks?
I think the plan is to send. Well, I think yeah, like the plan is to send the War Machine, and it's probably block with that because it's.
So the War
Like,
Machine without 4
some decks-
Evos, is it better than the Pulsewave?
Yes, because the War Machine is still 6 overpowered, destroy your arsenal
Right.
on
He doesn't
hit.
have a.
Whereas the Pulsewave Protocol,
Mhm.
he still has to show us stuff, but like we can only make him block with a 2 block.
Oh, less than. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't want to. Do you want to
he's gonna be
arsenal
following
this?
this up with.
Or yeah, he's gonna follow this up.
I
with
think we're
something.
taking this regardless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have Codex in hand?
Unless he like double dagger reacts, and then
Oh.
we're a little sad.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Ugh.
Now this is annoying. But this says banish, which is very
Ah.
nice. So I think we
Ah.
block. I think we block 4 on this. At minimum, yeah. And we block with that, and we block with the Pulsewave Protocol.
Do we prioritize blocking with the arms because we have an arms in our graveyard?
Well, it probably is. You know, it's one of those two. It probably doesn't matter much. It's just like if this does hit, we're gonna banish the Evo Beta base head, and that's closer. But it's whatever. So you could overblock, but that is not the key to victory in this game. We just have to hope that he doesn't have it. We cross our fingers.
Ooh.
We pray
Ooh.
he had it, but it's 1 Tarantula Toxin gone, which is nice. So yeah, we just
banish this. Say okay.
so we have to.
As much as I want to keep my second clave, I know that when I draw my spinneret, I'll be extremely pissed when I have 2 claves equipped.
Yeah. So we did not.
Wasn't it better to block with the headpiece there in case that did happen? And then
Yeah.
But it's fine. Like we would, ideally we would prefer to equip a Steel Soul on top of this, and then equip the Beta base on top of that. So.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't talk about it, but we made the smart play of since he played the card, he didn't have an arsenal, which meant he did not open himself up to this. Okay.
Okay, so we have this, but we currently don't have the discount, so this is pretty rough to equip, right? So in this,
I think you're blocking with it.
In this situation, like because we don't have the discount, we're likely to block with it. not likely to pitch it?
No, we're prepping for Scrap Trader, so I think we have the arms already in there.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, I think we will be blocking with a chess piece at some point in this turn, but not
yet,
right this second.
'cause that's
Like,
piercing.
if he doesn't pump this, we just take one. If he
Okay.
does pump it, then we play the reaction.
All right,
Potentially,
no blocks.
So we just take it.
What you got?
And then
It's 1 damage.
triple. Okay, yeah, we can live with that.
Okay, we are marked. Huh.
Okay. Oh, we are fine with that. Okay, so there is a super greedy line in which we block with the chess piece, we block with 2 pieces of armor, and we discard shelter. I think that's too greedy. I think we just block with the Terminator tank, the chess piece, and then send the arsenal and arsenal the shelter.
Yep. That was my first inclination as well. All right.
All right, Marionette. Treat me well.
Okay, surely he does not roll a 6.
Oh.
He rolled into Orb Weaver. That's a pretty good one.
And unfortunately, yeah, we
This
cannot
hand's
deploy that.
hand's so weird. I like it.
War Machine. Oh no.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine because it's not the damage is not greater than its base,
Oh.
so that's just a 3 block. But we don't get the on hit. So
As a warrior, every single time I see this, I'm like, well, there goes my arsenal.
He has a heart attack every time he sees this card. He's like, "Are you Riptide?"
Oh my god. Okay. So thank God we don't have 4 Evos because we don't lose this card. Okay, all right. That's value right there, boys. All right, let's put this into Arsenal and see what we draw. Ooh, okay. We drew a little bit of everything. Huh. All right, we drew another one of the chests before we drew a base. That's a little bit unfortunate.
that's fine.
All right, so we have arms and chest in the graveyard. All right, here comes the
So we'll do the
It's just 4 gold
okay.
boys.
This does not have piercing. We still have that headpiece, so I think we block with the legs and the head. The legs from hand and the head.
That is very undescriptive in Teklovossen.
Block
I need
with
you
the
to
leg.
block with the armor piece.
Yeah, if you tell me block with the
those
legs,
arms.
I'm
No, not those arms.
all right, bolters, dynamos, warpath. All right, here you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, he had T-Tox. Oh no, sad.
Unfortunate, but that's 2 T-Toxes down in situations where we're not going to get heavily punished. I think we do play the Arsenal now.
Try to protect our life total a little bit.
Just because.
Yep.
Let's see what we get.
And also, we just don't want to IP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so theoretically, we could get our arsenal locked here if we put a block card into our arsenal.
Yeah. If we get a Steel Street enforcement in our arsenal, that is.
All right, let's not get a Steel Street enforcer, guys. Let's not do that. Okay.
All right, what do we get?
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're perfectly happy with that. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Fine.
We'll take it. Could have been way worse. Could have been way worse. All right, this has piercing.
Yeah. So, Ghost Protocol Architect has a similar problem with Scrap Trader in that, you can just the top card of your deck could be completely useless, and then pitching into it is not all that useful. But Ghost Protocol Architect is different from Scrap Trader because Scrap Trader, you're kind of committed to maximizing the value, but in addition to banishing, you also need to utilize the resources to play the Evo. But Ghost Protocol Architect is a perfectly fine 1-card hand where you just play it, you banish the Evo, and then you'll just say, "Cool, I'll play this on a later turn." And having 2 in hand is a little word. We haven't seen.
So if we didn't play this, we would look for the base chest.
Yeah, you'd play for the base chest.
Okay.
I think we don't block this.
So we're looking to
You could
block
block it.
something scary here.
Dude, that schism to a dagger reaction. It's a legend.
It's pretty good.
Yes.
All right, this is feeling
attack,
very, very worrisome at the moment. Mario, good deck.
Yeah. Okay, so if he's passing, oh no, he's did this. Okay, great. We're glad he did that.
Yep.
What is
So
he
now we
getting?
can just block here.
Yeah. So he's attacking for 3. There's no way this can be 4, right? Because we're marked and just get buffed.
This is the end of the turn.
I think you block with. Hold on. So, actually, I think you should go back to the attack declaration and then equip the headpiece.
Let's see what we get.
Yeah. Because you're potentially going to be activating Teklo on your turn, and you need to do this at some point anyway. So, do that.
Oh yeah, we shuffled our deck. Oh,
That's
okay.
Yeah, it's fine. We block with one of the ghost protocols, and then our turn will be gun ghost protocol. So the hope is we are like a turn and a half away from being
This is for
online.
one. This is for one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We're a turn and a half from being online.
Mhm.
So ideally, we just block 6
So-
to 8, swing Terminator tank the next 5 turns.
Yeah, just for clarity, what do you mean by online? Having 4 evos so we can start throwing tanks for 4 modes or for all the modes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like what the win condition for this is get online super quick,
Mm-hmm.
and then hit them really hard so that they're constantly on like 3-card hands, and then just like win the race with a little RNG.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're barely doing any blocking, and it's hard for us to block them effectively. And he did. Okay, so now he sees his head, and he's transformed into the very annoying thing. So we're hoping for a very good defensive hand here. It's not bad.
It's not a bad hand.
So
Not
I
a bad.
think we're gonna go ahead and pitch one of the equipment
Yep.
to play the chest, and then see where we're at.
All right. Because we have a chest in the graveyard, it doesn't really matter which one we pitch, but
Yeah.
okay, draw. Oh.
If he does not like strip our entire hand this turn, could be okay.
Mm-hmm.
1.
So
I don't believe you. All right, so this has Black Widow text as well.
yeah, he's asking complicated questions. So this is something that he could pump and strip a card from our hand. Does it banish?
Yeah, banish.
It banishes. Ha! We have a card we would love to banish.
But it also does block pretty well.
This is tricky. It's so hard to guess, right? I think
It's just like if you're wrong and you block the dagger over, you get like crazy destroyed. But if you like, don't, like.
But at least like this is not. It would be worse if it were Kiss of Death, because then he could pump it and then flick it, and then we like lose. We have multiple cards get banished. Yeah. So I think maybe we just block with the boots and.
These boots or these boots?
No, sorry. The base boots.
The base boots, okay. All right, we will block for 1. Don't pump this to 15, please. Okay, well that's +3. Oh god, all right.
+4.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, now he's at 8. All right. All right. 8 on hit discard.
All right, so no, 8 on hit banish, right?
Oh, yeah. 8
banish, right?
Yeah. We do need to be we do need to be technical there. 8 on hit banish.
So we could play the defense reaction here. Yeah, I think we're just playing the defense reaction here.
Okay.
Like, just to save some life,
just to
we
preserve
banished
some
the
life.
Evo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
All
kind
right.
of
We would
hope that...
we would not. Oh no!
Because, like,
yeah, yeah. Oh no!
that's whatever. That's all 3 tarantula toxins
Yeah.
down.
Okay. All right. It's okay. It's okay.
He's out. He's out of them.
Yeah.
He cannot get us. So we banished the Evo. We didn't actually lose anything.
Oh my god! He had. These are the type of turns that make you just. Oh my god! All right. This does block for a lot.
So 5. Yeah, I think you block 5 and you block with the head or the chest.
Okay.
Probably the chest, because I don't think we have a head and whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, so we do that.
All right, now we're in the danger zone. We're at 10. We can like suddenly die out of it nowhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So just
now
play that. We arsenal that. No. So we don't play that.
Oh, we don't play
because
that.
we don't have a blue in hand. No, we play the arsenal.
Oh, we play the arsenal. Okay.
And then we arsenal that.
Got it.
Yeah.
So the reason we need a blue is because we have to activate.
Yeah, because like if you just play it and you don't have any other cards in hand, then you banish the 2 Evos, but then
you
only have 4 resources.
Yeah.
You don't have an action point.
Yeah. Okay.
It should have go again.
Got it. Yeah, this card
doesn't
have go again, but it should have go again. That would have been a big power spike.
But the cool thing is, we've got the base legs equipped, so
okay.
Let's see. So like, and we have the, those other legs.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is he's still got shreds. So
yeah, most of the time they run 2 to 3 yellows, and I normally see some blues, like 1 or 2 blues. But it's very difficult to know. All right.
Yeah, so I think we're getting low to the point where not blocking daggers is a little gambling.
Yep.
So basically we can block with 3 cards in our hand and we just need to keep a blue. So the question is, he's out of tarantula toxins, so maybe you just block with the scrap trader here.
And hope we don't explode? Alright. Please don't kill us.
Having 2 scrap traders in the same range.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. Please don't. Oh.
But also, like, the Steel Soul Evos just don't do the thing that they're best at against this deck. Mm-hmm. So, okay, that's fine. We block with the headpiece from hand. No, you chose the restaurant. I was just clarifying.
Yeah.
So we got so many heads we can block with.
All right, so dagger into more shenanigans.
Okay, so now we...
Yeah. Ugh.
So we block with the Terminator tank. This doesn't have go again at the moment. I guess you could flick a clave at us. Block with the...
I got Stalker Steps as well.
You Stalker Steps it. So block with the head and the legs, just in the off chance that this is the end of his turn.
6, 5,
4. Why are we counting? I don't like you doing math. Stop doing math and just press enter, Damien.
I'm trying to figure out if you're dead.
No, hopefully we're not dead. Oh no. Okay, so
what's the mathematics?
Oh no.
If you have a D-react.
We have many D-reacts. Don't go for it. Go away.
Don't listen to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I think I'm always supposed to do it.
Unfortunate. Okay. Oh my god, that
is lethal. That is lethal because we defended with 3 cards. Ew. Oh no. Oh sorry. He played Spreading Plague and we got 3 blood rot boxes. So we are dead. Oh no.
Well, we can live this.
We can?
we can, because what we can do is we can play Scrap Trader,
Oh,
gain
yeah.
4 resources, and then pass our turn.
Oh,
which I guess
my.
we have to do.
Yeah, I guess we have. Oh, okay, all
Which
right,
is
we do what we have
tragic,
to
but he invested everything. That's all he has left. Okay, so we already have legs. So we get head and chest.
do. This is where the comeback begins.
And
Surely.
See, it would have been amazing if we did not have all of these blood rots. We could have equipped the legs with Teklo, drawn a blue, and then equipped the head. So then we would have had two Evos equipped.
Right.
And a 5-card intellect. 5-card intellect. Okay, so we're always playing Fabricate. And then the modes are +1, and who cares? I guess we do Banish to draw 1.
I mean, if we draw
because
Ripple,
the other modes
that'll ripple
do not matter at all.
But I mean,
True.
I don't think I'd
matter.
Ripple out at 2.
It probably doesn't matter.
So Banish.
Okay.
Also, what you can do on a Fabricate turn is like you block with an Evo where it's basically ran out of blocks, and then they attack again, and then you hot swap in another Evo from Banish Zone. Oh god. Okay, so this says on hit death. It doesn't have. He can give a go again with Stalker Steps. Like we're just dead to 2 flick knives, so we just block, exact, and pray.
I'm starting to see the good and the bad in these 2 games. I've already seen the good and the bad of this deck.
It's like another matchup that is like similar to this and really bad is Syndra. She just puts up so much pressure that you barely get any space to do anything. But at least Syndra is primarily all face up. Like even with 9 defense reactions, we just can't deal with this very well.
Especially
and
because
also Syndra lets us block with our armor.
Yeah, like
Syndra can't shred your armor.
That threat,
like we can block with our armor fine. It didn't come up in this game because we never equipped any Steel Soul Evos.
I feel like you low rolled really badly, and I high rolled really well.
Well, I mean, Marionette's gonna do that.
I mean,
so.
Yeah, I do think the game is supposed to end up with me in like the like 15 to 18 area.
I mean, like we literally just have to go first, equip 2 Evos, next turn equip 2 other Evos, and then every turn Terminator tank.
Yeah. Okay, so
I just won the race.
This deck seems very, very gem lottery dependent. You see, for certain matchups, you'll do really well. Like every single warrior feels so bad into this deck.
Yeah, it is definitely an anti-meta deck. Like you are doing it to target specific things. You wouldn't just bring this because it's not like KO, the 60-40 deck into everything.
Right.
I think you could tune Teklo to be favored into any deck that exists, but you have to give up percentage into the literal opposite field every time.
Yeah. So it's like, you're losing to Acilio, you're losing to Mario, which are 2 very popular decks, but you...
Well, that's the end of our game.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if we need to poll the audience because I'm like 99% sure. No, not even 99. I'm 100% sure I failed this because I wasn't even like suggesting lines to you. I hardly understood the lines you picked. Like I did start to see a little bit.
Maybe it's season 2.
Maybe it's season 2. I did start to see like, okay, Scrap Trader, very important, trying to set up things for this. Fabricate, super important, try to set up things for this.
Did we? We played one Scrap Trader, right? Against Victor.
Oh yeah.
We blocked with 1, I think, and then we played the other. Yeah. It's a good card when it comes at the perfect moment, but sometimes it comes and you're like, I do not want you right now.
Yeah.
Like a red 2 block, and you're like,
Yeah. Like I generally
without going.
I generally understood the long-term game plan after we executed it once. But like the turn-to-turn, hand-to-hand thing's still quite the struggle, so
Any deck that can attempt to play a card on your opponent's turn will hurt Josh's brain.
Yes, that a lot of yeah. You were like, hold on, we need in the layer step. I'm like, I never do anything in the layer step. Or
Before your opponent ends their turn, let us
before
think.
they end their turn, I'm gonna do something. Like
Yeah.
I've never ever said those words before. Yeah, it's complicated. It's complicated.
If they printed Teklo nowadays, they would make him tap, so that wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
So you can only do it on one turn cycle anyway.
Dang.
So one card.
Yeah.
So one card that I wanted a Teklo version of is Shield Beater. So Shield Beater, you know, has just like the
one that gets
4 for 5, but it has the text that says it gives a non-attack action named Sledge of Anvilheim go again.
Or
You're not running
Anvilheim,
Sledge of Anvilheim, you just run it because it's a visit Anvilheim.
Oh, you mean visit Anvilheim?
Yeah, so you run it just because it's a one-handed weapon that swings for 5, so you can run the shield too. But what I want for this version of Controlled Teklo specifically is a gun that really is kind of not that is like below rate, but it says cards with name Scrap Trader gain go again. Like
what about cards with like I feel like it would be cards with scrap have go again.
Oh, that'd be too crazy, man.
That'd be well. I mean, I guess yeah.
Because like, the blue 0 for ones, like the red ones are like unplayable.
I don't know. Oh, you can play Speed Demon.
Yeah, I just like doing Scrap Trader as a 1-card hand where you play it, you equip an Evo, and you have another one in your Banner Stone would be so good. I understand like it would probably be too strong for Bright Lights Limited, but we're past those days. Like, you know,
that's the expansion slot Dream for Omens, right?
Yeah. Yep, they're gonna. I don't know. Have we seen a mech card?